woke up, couple bodies from the club dealing with this hangover.
I am in a room. I am in a room that is dangerous. I'm in a room that is dangerous because it is 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? They're probably smoking weed. And now...
Camera's over there.
Second episode, I already have a contact high. I hate this shit. That was the running gag. The whole first interview was just like, probably because your pussy ass contact high.
What the fuck is that?
Welcome everybody to the Hangover Podcast. I am your host Trey, aka Walter White, aka this is the prettiest backdrop we've ever had, ladies and gentlemen. Sitting all the way to my right, we have Takeoff Music's very own TRTL.
You're cracking.
And then to his left, we have a man who loves everything ice, whether it be in his drink, whether it be on the North Pole, or whether it be rounding up Mexicans. Go ice. And then sitting to his left, we have the man who does dope shit for a living. I know you saw a black guy walk behind me just now. Don't get nervous. But he's the man that does dope shit for a living. He is brave enough to put a $20,000 price tag on something that he did with some paper. And he's the biggest asshole I've ever met in my entire life. We have Mr. Josh Wingerter. Saying his last name is still like trying to pronounce Worcestershire sauce.
Where's your sister sauce?
Wash your sister sauce.
Where's your sister?
Oh, God damn it. What up, Josh? How are you, my friend?
Oh man, I'm cool. Another day in the office, doing the thing.
Another day in the office. How was everybody's week? Let's start chill.
It was cool. That was cool.
I need everybody to pay very close attention to this video because I'm waiting for it to become the thing where we just have a slow zoom in on Turtle's face.
That's definitely going to be in some clips, as I mentioned. Just another day. Just another day in the office.
Nothing crazy happening here. How about you? How was your week, sir?
Having 3 kids is hard.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah, it's the first time you being back on the pod with the baby.
First time since popping out another one.
Fuck you, monster, you.
I don't touch that shit. I don't touch that shit, and I super don't touch whatever the fuck Josh inhales. Super duper don't touch that
Because he's
shit.
professional, he might have to pick up his phone,
And I'm just high. Speaking of which, I think of the text.
God damn it.
Nigga, text.
This motherfucker.
But anyway.
We've literally just started. It's 3 minutes in.
It's
3 minutes
downhill already. But anyway, so Joshua, what's fucking new, man? We haven't seen you since before episode 100. It was like 94.
Yeah.
And we're on fucking 2 fucking something.
I wasn't allowed on the podcast at that time.
He was banned.
You had your own button to get you out of the house.
He got banned.
Wow, I was like, what, 17?
Something like
old,
that.
Something like that?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Has anything happened since you were 17?
Yeah, all kinds of stuff, man. Well, I'm currently working on a project in the city right now on Preservation Hall. I do all the artwork out there. I've done the stuff on the balcony, like to keep your head up piece and pass it on piece. And right now I'm doing kind of like a piece that's going to be the Preservation Hall brass band into like a dollar bill. And like the centerpiece is Charlie Gabriel. 93, still performs at Preservation Hall. That's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Pretty dope. But I'm making the piece into like one large kind of like dollar bill format with the concept of like, art is currency and like the city's art is like music in a lot of ways. Like that's one of the oldest, or not the oldest, performance space in New Orleans. So like, be able to put a piece out in front of it while they're under construction and developing the space. It's just cool to do that in the city this time of the year, with that many people out there, and then painting in the street is always fun. And
Vandalism.
And then, also, we hadn't talked since the last time I done all the stuff in Westwego. Yeah, if you keep exhaling and pass out, that's lack of oxygen.
We
brother.
not
You're
waking your
high.
ass up either.
Yeah. I'm a laugh.
Take it out.
Yeah. But also painted the locks right here in Oswego.
Fire too.
Over the
Shit,
That shit's super
Pass
dope.
it every day on the way to work.
Thank you. Yeah. That
My
was a.
kid will not shut the fuck up about that.
Oh, that's good, man. 'Cause it's
Dope ass alligators,
Dope
huh?
ass alligator. Now we're in
Yeah.
fucking Metairie, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Is the gator around here?"
landmark. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that project was super fun because like the way the slab is up on the levee and everything else, right? I can't really have anything that like assist me as far as like laying it out or formatting it or anything like that.
Right.
So I literally like just walk up and drew the eye. And I was like, this is where the eye is.
Super dope.
And then I just painted everything else off of that. And I was like, neat, you know,
How does something like that even come about? Or was it done illegally?
No, that was a paid gig. I worked a contract with the levy committee and the city of Oswego, and it was something that I'd been negotiating, kind of bartering back and forth over like 14 months, man.
Damn.
I mean, there's a lot. So like, I've always described like being an artist, or the way that I approach being an artist, because everybody's kind of got their different jams. Some people just stick to canvas work and everything else. I'm very interested in doing all of the different things. Like I like to make my mark in different ways and so on and so forth. So painting large scale is something I always look forward to. So given an opportunity to paint something that big, which is like it's 169 long,
Right.
gator, which is like the biggest gator in the state of Louisiana.
Hey.
You know, and
Can we get Guinness out here to measure it?
I mean, I guess if they do that for the state of Louisiana, I don't know the rules on that. I thought that was a world thing. But you know.
Louisiana gets what
Yeah. You know, I don't know the rules.
He said you're fucking stupid.
No, I didn't
We did talk about me being retarded earlier.
It's like, yeah, and we bonded at that moment because I went through a little bit of that too.
Holy shit.
Anyway,
Go!
so yeah, man, painted the gator, right? And which like that project took, I think it was that 4 days. The gator was 4 days. Yeah. 4 or 5 days. Nate Jones. This is Nate Jones.
This is motherfucking Nate
Jones.
If you see him suck his dick,
Whoa.
Not to be.
the way that he's just
My man was like, my wife let me stay out tonight. Chill.
I'm not even sure I should be on camera.
They went, I don't know if I want to be here anymore.
I got the fucking
I never said I was. Turtle's the only one that went to college.
Yeah.
Well, out of us.
Like the deodorant or?
But anyway, so when it comes to the gator,
Yeah.
so is that like how does that even come up? Like, do you get a phone? Like, do you get a phone call one day while you're sitting at home?
So like it's a mixture of things, man. So like I've built pretty good rapport, and I got relationship with a lot of like local government, and I think last time we talked, I said I was on different committees and like the Rotary Club, and then I do a lot of charity stuff and so on and so forth. So through that aspect, I naturally end up mingling with people in the city, and then I got to meet different people at different events that I like donate to. Some of those people are part of the levy committee, everything like that. And the city of Oswego was like, man, we would love to have this painted. We've been wanting this painted. We can't figure out what to put on it, And then the same thing with the levy committee. Like they came in and approached me, and they were like, we've always wanted this painted. We want to do something with this because of the way it looks, and blah 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 blah. And when I hit them with an initial proposal, they were like, oh no, we're not. I don't think we're gonna be able to do that.
Can you say?
I could say, it's a big number.
Okay.
But no, like I mean, so
Was it something that like you initiated it? Like you were looking at this and you were like, I could do something with it, or just
the
them
cost of the project?
No, like
The
the
project
project itself.
But no, they approached town.
Oh, they approached you.
Yeah, they approached
okay,
me. I mean, don't get
okay.
me wrong. I wanted to paint it because I kind of want to paint everything. I could literally walk through the city and point out spots that like this could be painted, this could be painted,
Right.
could be painted. And so, but it brought it up, here and there before, and basically, kind of what went down was like, you know, they were like, oh, can you put together a proposal? You know, can you do a mock-up? I did all of that shit and everything else like that, and gave him everything, and it was like, oh, this is out of our budget, you know, and then
Fucking dope.
you know,
Well, what's your budget?
and well, what ended up kind of happening, you know, was like over some time, you know, they were like thinking it over, and they came and seen me because one of the things that like I kind of described to him is, you know, based off of square footage. I do this all the time with my art, okay, because this puts this into perspective for people that don't regularly buy art or spend money on art. It's like, how much would it cost to paint those structures, you know, solid white? If you hired a commercial company to come out here and paint this solid white, you know, and it's probably going to be something like $40, $50 a square foot. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So like, if I as an artist expect $60 a square foot, and it's not all white, motherfucker.
Right.
This is a work of art now.
Yeah, like
But
I can't.
so, but that's
lips
so
on
like when I do the presentation, and I say this is the number, you know, that I can use, you know, commercial, you know, painters as a kind of like a base.
That's fucking genius.
Well, it's that's just market stuff, man. Like you also understanding that like so a lot of commercial businesses hire artists to paint surfaces that they have to have repainted, and they find out how much it is to get it commercially repainted, and they know they could hire artists for like a third of that price. So they'll go out and get like a mural or something done there on like a really old fucked up part of the building because it's cheaper to hire an artist because an artist will lowball themselves on cost, overhead, and the project.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because I'm just trying to make what I need to make on it. I'm gonna get the paint cheap, and I'm just gonna do something dope.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that, but so the issue with that is it's not like seeing the value in your own work, you know. But that's when I come out and I'm like, oh, I close out like a big contract with like the city and everything else like that, you know.
Right.
Like I'm only doing that if I understand what I'm saying about value as an artist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Am I an artist? Am I being paid for like my creativity and my ability, or am I just another guy that rolls walls? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Because you about to pay me the same as a guy that rolls a wall. Because and there's nothing against guys that rolls walls. The thing is there's probably like hundreds of thousands more of those cats you can find. Artists and people that can create something that I'm doing is a bit more rare. It's a smaller percentage of people.
100%.
You know. So and I want to be paid for that.
Right.
You know.
You're 101. I'm sorry, every artist is 101.
Yeah. Well, and I mean that's the hopes, right? Like
Right.
that's like an artist. You know, you kind of expressing your personality or individuality through like your creations, your interests, and what you do, like so on and so forth. You know, I mean, that just the stuff I do with the neighborhood and the city. That's a big part of it. You know, my interest is not just like creating art, but showing the influences of art on a community. You know, because like now that those pieces are painted, you said you've been driving past that like forever, right?
Yeah.
Like now that all that shit's painted over there, it's like all of a sudden more welcoming. It's like something you don't
It's
mind driving
beautiful.
past. Thank you very much. I really
My
appreciate
daughters love it. Like
Yeah.
it's been something I've driven by my entire life and been like, man, that's just a great.
You just look past it.
No, yeah,
It's just
absolutely.
another piece in the background.
And now it's like that the trawl boat,
Something to look for.
bruh, everything about that thing pops and
Thanks,
it's
man.
beautiful. It's a
Thanks.
great piece and it's gorgeous.
Give it up for him being beautiful.
Well,
Sorry.
so the interesting part about like that project.
He said it was gay.
like,
He said it was gay. So what?
was like, you know, so I do like stencil work and stuff like that. So like some of my
That's
projects.
it.
That's funny.
Motherfucker.
So like,
Punch him in the mouth.
a lot of cats like that's you know a lot of people know me for like you know I can do some work and everything else like that.
The
and
girl
blah,
with the
blah, blah.
umbrella.
You know I didn't do that, man. But anyway,
What?
I didn't do
You didn't do that?
that. Shut up.
I'm sorry.
No, it's great. But the pieces we were talking about over there, like on the levee and then the locks and everything else like that, everything on all of that is all like freehand stuff and was like made up on the spot. You know,
Right.
like
Crazy.
it wasn't even like so like the only design that was turned in was like the boat was the design that was turned in for the locks.
Right.
And then I turned in the gator with, you know, originally I painted like these bushes and like birds and stuff flying through the letters and everything else like that.
Right.
They didn't want all of that. It was like just blue and a gator. And I was like,
Bet.
hey bro, if that's what you want,
All
you
right.
know, it is what it is. I mean, like, so like I'll meet you in the middle on projects, whatever, man. And I mean,
Right.
plus, like I told them, I was like, that makes everything easier for me. If you want it that way, I can paint it that way.
100%.
Because they were really stuck on like the city colors and like the new blue they're trying to make everything. So that's why the background's blue. Like me, I'd have probably used like a yellow or something.
Right.
So I'm
Made it
like
pop.
extra vibrant type shit.
Right.
And
So the orange was your call.
what's that?
The orange was your call on
Yeah,
the bigger
well, actually, so the orange, well, we wanted to do like a hot sky, so it was gonna be like orange and like reds and whatnot.
Right.
But I had my friend Paco Lane, who's another artist.
Shout out Paco.
Yeah, Paco Lane. He's I'm trying to get him to come down here right now. But he came down for that project and jumped in on that project, and he was like gonna do the sky. He was painting skies at the time.
Right.
And my man was like, I want to paint the sky. And I was like, fuck, if you want to paint the sky, I'll talk to the guy about it. I'm sure we can get you in there. But anyway, shout out to Paco Lane. Knocking out that sky, pretty hot. But he worked on that project with me, and so did Dago. I don't know if you follow Dago art.
Dago's fire. Love Dago.
Yeah.
Inflatable dog.
Also worked. Also worked on that project with me. For the levee right there and doing the gator and everything else like that. So anytime I get like big projects and stuff like that, I like to see other artists, have a come up or whatever. Like come out, let's do some art, make a few bucks, whatever, painting and shit.
Right.
And then whatever. So like
fire.
Yeah, well, I mean throughout my career, like anytime I've kind of gotten a large commission job or like mural contract or something like that, I've always like called in other artists, even if it was like to do like simple shit like bring me paint or move the ladder, any other stuff that'll just make shit easier for me.
Right.
Or even sometimes it's perspective, like having artists on site so I can step back and be like, does this fucking suck? And be like,
is this trash?
Can you check me on my bullshit real quick?
Introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Kaiser, yo. My bad.
Oh no, you good, bro? You right in there.
So, guys,
You right
can
in
I
there.
ask you something? Have you ever seen him working on something and you were like, that ain't it, yo?
I think about it, not something that wasn't necessarily that ain't it, but I have, seen maybe like one piece or two that I've told them like, something about it wasn't quite like there yet, or but other than that, it's usually banging.
Okay. I want to know if Josh can be checked, though, if he's going to be like, fuck out my studio.
Oh, no. It's not even, a check-in like thing, because like I say, for the most part, the work is always, fired. So, like I said, we've had conversations about, like where we, kind of feel like pieces like can be. And it's like, sometimes it's like something as simple as like shading in the eyes or highlights on, certain like parts of the subject matter that like really lifts the piece like to another level. Like that's a lot of shit he taught me, let alone like us discovering in each other's work.
Okay, cool. I'm not going to do too much of that because me and Nick going to cuddle. But Spence, I know you had some shit you wanted to do before I go in. Do you want to get your shit off?
Go in.
No, you go first, Scott.
Well, one of the things that I wanted to touch on.
I think me and you's got a couple of things that might be the same.
Well, I think whenever we first came here, that first go round and we sat and chopped it up, which was one of our favorite episodes, by the way. So thank you for that. That was actually what I got a lot of messages about. Yes, lots of them. One of the things that has been brought up a couple times in regards to, hey, you're one of your closest friends is a professional artist, because I tell everybody, yeah, it's my best friend. Yeah, I mean, we go way back, bro. We were in the trailer park together.
This guy's my dude.
It's my guy,
It's my
son.
guy right here. Look, I'll bring you to the studio. I can go behind the bar. Like, he won't say nothing.
Crazy.
So like when it comes, like we touched a lot on like your work and your inspirations and like where you got started, but we we didn't touch too much on like the business side of it. So like one thing that people wanted to hear, fuck you, was when do you think it would be smart to start charging for your work as like a new artist? You draw, you make a lot of good stuff, people look at your stuff and go, oh, that's fucking dope, I like the way you draw, or I like the way you paint, or I like when should you start slapping a price tag on your shit?
I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily like a time frame on that or anything. I mean, so like, first of all, for perspective purposes, let me say that I have always drawn things. You know, and I mean, I've always drawn things on my spare time. It's always been a priority to me. You know, when I was a teenager, I had a desk in my room, and I used to sit in my room and draw shit on my desk. You know, and so all that to say that I've created art a long time before I was getting paid to create art, and for years I did that. And even through my 20, like a large part of my 20s, I did that. You know, so by the time I was actually making, money off my art or putting price tags on my art, I had already been doing it for like 20 something years of my life, like 20, So like asking me if there's somebody started painting last week and they did
Right.
like 3 pieces, how much should they be charging for it? I don't fucking know, man.
Well, like I know there had to come a point where it went from I'm doing this because it's fun or I enjoy doing it to where it was like, okay, well now like I know you remember the first painting you sold,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. I mean, there's
and not like 18 months, like, but what place should they be in where it's like, okay, now I'm gonna start charging.
I think you should be okay. I think it should be like the same conversation I just had with my son. All right, I just got my son a lawnmower for Christmas. All right, because he values things that I don't, and if he wants to buy them, he gonna have to do that with his own fucking money.
Thanks.
So like, and it's as simple as that. That way he understands like the cost of money. So like that's a dad conversation situation that I'm having with my son right now. And through labor, he will, labor and time invested, he will start to understand how much money costs.
Hell yeah.
If that,
Indeed.
you know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
And he's 10 now, so he needs to know that.
Cold ass
He's
dad
going to
shit.
take over the family business in the next couple of years. Like,
Right. Get on it, buddy. Yeah.
overachiever. But no, man. So like the whole thing is I just got my son this lawnmower, right? And he asked me when can he start getting paid to cut grass, right? And I told my son, I was like, look, man, I pay this guy, Mr. Travis, to cut our grass. Look how nice the fucking grass looks. Cuts the grass, weeds, blows it, all that other shit.
Right.
I was like, so whenever you can do that, then you can start getting paid for it.
Facts.
So like, as an artist, once you like, I would assume, and I mean, everybody's got their own path. Do your own thing. I'm not judging, but for me, like, I didn't start like generating revenue off of my work or being something consistent for me until I was getting to a position with my craft where I can be consistent, and I can create something, pretty easily because I'm putting in the time and I'm working on it all the time. Like I was always chasing like the 10,000 hours thing, but I also like approached the art scene with like a chip on my shoulder because I'm not like a art school guy. I didn't go to college for it. I don't
You're
have
not
like
a conventional artist.
well, yeah, you can
Right.
say that as well. But I think I do have like a creative perspective on things, imagery, art, applications, and so like for me, it was like if I get 10,000 hours, it's undeniable. You can
Right.
say that I didn't go to school for it. I put in 10,000 hours.
Thanks.
I'm achieving like and then the work, having the body of work and everything else like that. Once you have so much work, you can say what you want about me. Like I have like 10,000 paintings.
Right.
Tell me I'm not an artist.
Facts.
And so like
And some dope fucking shit.
but no, yeah, thanks, man, thanks. But
Get off his nuts.
no, I appreciate it.
Tell me I'm wrong.
But
Alright,
but
you know what I
like
mean?
but like if the game is because I'm saying all that to say that I'm not down for like all of these like dip in dip out artists that are like people that are kind of crafty or can draw or whatever, that hopping on the art scene real quick to make a few bucks and then like dip out. Like if you're a creative and it's something that you do, I mean cool, be an artist. Go chase it. I hope you make it and everything works out. But if it's just a hustle for you, like I don't like you. Like that. Like God,
I
Fuck
respect
outta
it.
here.
Heard it here first, Josh Wingerter.
No,
Beat a dick.
well, that's because I
100%.
mean, like, not like real shit, man. Like, I mean, it's bad enough that it feels like a lot of the art scene is like just the front, and people that want to be acknowledged as being like artists and creatives, but only spending like a very small fraction of their time actually making anything or doing anything.
Right.
I mean, if you study any of like the old masters or like any of the great painters or historically known artists that we read about and they talk about, these cats were painting all the time. it wasn't on some like I'm on a creative block. I haven't painted in like fucking 2 years.
Right.
I got these 6 pieces from this thing that's inspired from blah, 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 you know, but who gives a fuck, bruh? You know, like, and that's another thing. Like, I didn't go to art school, so I got that attitude, right? You know?
100%.
But like, I'm like, look, bruh, like, shouldn't the art be able to explain itself? Like, isn't that point of the visual arts is to let it be visuals? If you have to stand next to me and preach about what the piece is and what it represents, like, did you really execute it properly?
Right.
You know, like,
100%.
and because it should at least in some way give a certain perspective to the audience, okay, and translate something. Now, if the artist wants to elaborate on what it means specifically to them, furthermore, like after that, cool. But if that piece can't stand alone, like, come on, man, I'm gonna question the scene, you know?
I'm so glad you said that because that leads into
Oh, no.
my next question. I think you and I had like a brief conversation about this. One of the last times I was here, me and Kaiser actually talked about this, but we brought up the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl performance. After it was all said and done, I know, it was just last year. After it was over, there were 3-hour YouTube video think pieces on what every single thing in the moment meant, from what was Samuel L. Jackson doing there to the dance moves to the video game
And none of them
aspects.
aligned.
And we have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. First time you watch it, you're like, oh, that was a dope performance. But then you do start seeing all the pieces kind of coming together. And then people are like, well, it was a representation of the division in America, and it was this and it was that. Whenever you're making a piece that has a, like, kind of, in your mind, a meaning behind it, do you expect the people to understand it right away? Do you intentionally leave it vague? Or is it open for interpretation? Because I'm wondering if Kendrick Lamar is like reading all these comments going, that's not what I meant, you fucking idiots. You know what
That
I
I
mean?
was playing tic-tac-toe with the dancers.
No,
You know what I mean?
No, you're great because I love having that conversation because so I don't ever paint anything with the idea that like the audience or anyone else is gonna receive it the same way I receive it.
Right.
Okay.
I do sometimes I'll paint something that I'll be like, okay, this is a general kind of thing that can be received like specifically this way by everybody generally.
Everybody knows what Batman
Because
is.
like right, like some pop culture references and everything else are tools that I could use for that all the time.
Right.
You know, but for the most part, when I paint something, and as I just mentioned about a piece being able to stand alone, like a great example is like the pop icons that I paint and stuff like that. Like last time we was on here, I was talking about how like for me those are relationships with people that I have in my life.
Right.
Like and so like each one of those images are like relationships with like my dad, my brother, my mom, so on and so forth, or like a friend of mine, or different moments and times in my life. So, but when other people see those paintings, that's gonna mean something different to them. It's not
100%.
gonna mean they're not gonna know what fucking moment I'm thinking about.
Right.
They're not gonna
Right.
know like they're not gonna have that experience. But the idea is for like that image or that piece to maybe generate just any response from you.
Just invoke some sort of emotion.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it could mean something different to you in general. But like imagery works that way. Like I mean, I could paint like a fire hydrant, right? And like for you, it could be like, oh, when I was a kid, we played in fire hydrant water or whatever, blah blah blah.
Right.
And then like for me, I could be like, I hit a fucking fire hydrant and totaled my first car. Fuck.
Shout out to Everett Joe. Sorry you couldn't be here tonight.
But no, man, like but that's how imagery works. And you can put a storyboard on it if you want, and that's cool, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But for me, like it's more about like presenting something that I call like a bridge, right, between two people that like, oh, we both can dig this character, but it's going to trigger a different emotion for you than it's going to for me.
So
You know what I'm saying?
you've never painted anything with like a specific intention behind it, and then heard people discussing it, and was like, "No, dumbass, that's
Stupid.
not what I meant."
I've done that too.
Okay.
I've done it too. I mean, what was the one? So do y'all remember the piece that I did in the quarter? With the bodies with the body chalked out on the floor. It was like all this graffiti's killing the city.
I vaguely remember that.
Oh, word. So I did this piece of like this chick walking with like a burnt umbrella, right? And she's pointing down at the ground. And this was right after the mayor like came out and started that graffiti task force.
Yeah.
And the mayor came out and was like, at the time, you know, came out and she was like, all this graffiti in the city is killing the city, and so on and so forth. And at the time,
Not the drugs.
And no, so wait,
Not the lack of a police force.
so no, man. At the time, this was like when we were recording like record high murder shit or whatever, right? That's what's popping off.
Number one.
So I took that personal, and then,
100%. Yeah.
So like, I was like, oh word, we're gonna try to point the finger this way when they got like real shit popping off.
Right.
So I went to the streets and I did this piece, and the piece was it was a chick pointing down at the ground with a burnt umbrella, right? And there's like bullets falling through the umbrella, and then she's got a little word bubble that says all this graffiti is killing the city, and she's pointing at a chalk line I painted on the ground. yeah. I put up like police tape and everything else, and then like I straight up went like I set all this shit up, painted all this shit, went across the street and sat in this daiquiri spot. It was like just watching people, and this shit was cool, man, but it was
crazy
funny.
reactions.
Well, it was funny because one of the reactions was like, somebody posted it online, and the commentary underneath it was like, "Oh, that's Josh Wingerter. How could he say graffiti's bad?" And so, man, listen.
Okay.
Yep.
I see what
Okay, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're like, and I'm over here like, I felt like that was pretty.
on the nose.
Yeah, I felt like it was, like, but anyway,
Fucking idiots.
well, I don't know. But that was literally like something that happened.
Just come over here. Can we have a conversation?
Yeah, that was something that like literally happened. It was just like, oh, why would he be bashing graffiti and all this other stuff? And I was like, and it had absolutely nothing to do with that. It was like this really funny, like, well, maybe not so funny, but kind of like satire piece that I was doing in the street that kind of brought attention to like, the murder and stuff that was going on in the city, and and also kind of mocking the idea that like graffiti's the problem. like oh, if we stop this, everyone will be fine.
Yeah, no. Stop the paintings of buildings and making them look cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, like I'm always gonna joke. Like, where's the in solution into that? Anyway, like I understand like graffiti's illegal and shouldn't be happening and everything else like that. But like I've always said that like I like doing street art, and I've always like focused on abandoned spots. Like you want me to not be painting them? Well, if it's a real business,
if it's a derelict property,
if it's a contributor to the neighborhood, then I'm not gonna be like putting stuff on it and everything else like that.
I think once you've sold a $10,000 painting, you're like how like certain fighters, like their hands are registered.
Yeah.
It's like I think once you've sold a $10,000 painting, you're allowed to paint wherever you want.
I found out last December that's not true.
How'd you find that out, Josh?
Yeah. Well, we didn't talk about this?
No.
Oh, great. I got arrested.
Yeah.
I got arrested right before the Super Bowl.
For what?
I'll give you 3 guesses. You only need 1.
I believe
Trespassing?
This man said trespassing.
Trespassing.
What the fuck? Doing street art. I was spray painting a piece outside, and cop pulls up on. Well, I was out there with one of my friends, Paco Lane. Shout out Paco Lane. But anyway, I was out there with Paco Lane, and we were doing a new street piece, and we was right at the same spot we always go to, like the old Frankie and Johnny's off of St. Claude, and we were hitting that wall and throwing up a couple pieces, and to be fair, we were really getting carried away. We had already been there for like almost an hour. Like we were just fucking covering the whole wall. Fuck it, but nobody's here, and so we were just kind of painting all this stuff and like hanging out, and I started walking up to the front part of it, which is on St. Claude. You out here, bro? Love you, man. And
oh, shout out to Kaiser, man. The new GOAT. Good to see you, brother.
All right, bro.
You gotta stay in for the whole time next time, though.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, man. So like I'm painting right there, and then a cop pulls up on fucking Paco. Paco's like, oh, he's a ways back, and cops tell him to sit on the fucking curb, and I like.
Paco looks like he could get away with crime.
Yeah, I mean, if you run.
Yeah, it run.
Well,
second he'd have pulled up, I'm picking up whatever's here. Like, I just need my phone and my keys,
I don't know.
dog.
So, but to be fair, in Paco's defense, he's gone out and painted in the street with me a bunch of times, and usually when we go out and paint, like the cops don't give us no trouble, man. Like it ain't never no thing. Because as I mentioned, I only really hit like abandoned buildings and stuff like
Right.
that. I'm not out there like vandalizing like some cool spot or something that's kept
Somebody's
up.
house.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm hitting this really fucking ugly building
Making
that's
it look
falling
cool.
apart and shit. Yeah, I mean, let me make it something cool. But anyway, we were out there. Cop pulls up on him. I see him sit Paco down on the ground. I'm like halfway up the street. Come walk down. Paco's company, bro. I can't let him.
Right.
So I come walk down, hoping I could like talk us out
I'd
of the
leave
situation.
Spencer. You know what I'm saying?
and
I'd
I-
leave him.
You better. You better.
Well, I
'Cause I'm
walk
yelling.
up and I go to like start talking to this cat, and then like 2 other units pull up, and then after the other 2 units pull up, the guy was like, y'all got a permit? All this other shit. I've been painting this neighborhood forever, bro. Like, yada yada. And he's like, they're all like cops I ain't never met before, because it's the Super Bowl and they had a bunch of motherfuckers here, And anyway, they called it into whoever their lieutenant was. And the lieutenant straight up was like, nah, we're gonna make an example of these guys.
God.
And so they brought me to
The one with the following.
the
We're gonna make an example out of him.
Orleans Parish lockup. Yeah, they brought me.
OPP?
Yeah, they brought
I
me to
hate
Orleans.
OPP.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So they
You
brought.
got street cred now.
That's what I swear. No, so like that's what's really funny about that whole situation is that like I'd been doing like street art at that time for about 15 years, 14 years in the city.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then I got arrested, right? And then like and then what's even more fucked up is like they brought me to jail. I had to stay the night and everything. He brought me there in the morning time, and homie was like, "Oh, we're gonna make an example of these guys." So these motherfuckers parked the unit in front of the prison until what was it, like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock before they do the before.
Damn.
Yeah. So then you got to stay the night until you can see the judge.
That's cold.
Bruh, it fucking sucks.
Ow, ow.
Oh,
what?
So wait, no,
What?
wait.
What's worse is they
wait.
decide to make an example out of the popular artist in the city.
Oh,
You thought
bruh.
you just grabbed a fucking random tagger?
I like.
What?
Oh wait, this is a good story.
Oh, sorry, go.
No, it's great. This is a good story.
Can't wait, man.
No, so peep game. So like, this is what went down. So like, I had never been arrested or anything like that before. This is my first time going to jail or any of that stuff, and it's on like doing some street art shit. So like, and I got my homie Paco with me, and like this whole experience was ass. But the guy that arrested me, like before I go on to start ragging the fuck out of everyone, because that's what I'm about to do. All right, like before I go on to do that, like real talk, before I go on to do that, the officer that was given the order to arrest me, shout out to that guy. He was cool as fuck. Because even though homie arrested me and everything else like that, he literally, all I said to this guy was like, man, I just need to make sure somebody's gonna pick up my son from school. So he let me make a phone call, you know what I'm saying, and be like, hey, I'm going to jail.
I done fucked
Someone
up.
needs to pick up Ajax, you know what I'm saying? Like, but anyways, like that guy was cool. Then we got put in the fucking unit. Like they took the rest of our shit, and then, like I said, they left me and Paco in the back of the car, like leaning up against each other, cuffed, and like we just sweating on each other for like an hour and a half
Them back seats suck.
until the fucking judges leave. Then the judges leave and they tell us we got to stay the night. And then they tell us when we go in, we got to take these fucking tuberculosis shots and all this other shit. And they're like, yeah, if you don't take the shots, we're going to put you in fucking solitary. And then if you
That's fine.
Wait. Oh, it's fine. She's like, yeah, if you go to solitary, you could be in there for up to 3 days before you get to call anybody.
Damn.
Okay. Like, yeah, yeah. So wait, my man Paco was like, this is illegal.
Yo, Paco, give off that vibe. Excuse me.
Whoa.
Excuse
Well,
me.
homies from, and I love my dude Paco, but I've always told him, I was like, we have different perspective on things because we grew up in different places, man. Paco grew up in like East Virginia, something like that. Yeah. And like it's a different scene up there, man. People are different.
100%.
The scene is different. The way stuff goes down is different. And then like, so anyway, all that to say
Great guy.
that he is. I love that guy. But anyway, all that to say that like I didn't want to get this fucking shot, but I can't be in this bitch for 3 days before I get to talk to somebody, and like I was like, give me the fucking shot. So they give me the shot. Paco's like, we can't separate, and then he gets the shot. And then
Yo, Paco's so hood.
Yeah, like
You got a shank? I got a shank.
Yeah. So like, and I'm just all like,
I got two of them just in case you didn't have one.
Just chill. Like the whole time I'm just like, just chill. Everything's cool. Everything's cool, bro. Like just chill. Everything's fine. He's like, you know these guys? I don't know anyone. Fuck. You know, like it's like. But anyway, so then they like I get to make my phone call once they get me through that little processing thing.
Right.
You know, and I go in this bitch to make a phone call, and the first thing I do is call Nate Jones. I call Nate Jones. I'm like, Nate, check on Hendrix. Make sure he's okay. They said I gotta stay tonight. Call Doug McCash. You know, it's
Call the news.
yeah, it's like yeah.
Check on my kid. Call the news.
Yeah. Check on my kid. Call the news.
Call the news.
Yeah.
Call the news.
Yep. And he called the news, and
I got him on the news.
and then that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's who it was. Doug McCash came out and then like kind of covered covered the story on the whole situation because so then they made us stay the night, and then after they made us stay the night, the next morning, like we were the first to see the judges, right? And then when we saw the judge, like this lady was so pissed off that we were there.
Hell yeah.
She was like, "Are you fucking serious right now?" And I was like, "I know, right?" And she was like,
She's like, why are you here?
"Yeah." She straight up was like, you know, this
You painted a wall.
yeah, exactly.
Let's
And
get
What
the
did you
guy painted
do?
the
And
wall.
no, when I told her what wall it was, she's like, "Doesn't it have it all get painted all the time?" And I was like, "All the fucking time. I paint it all the time." You know, and she's like, $150, get the fuck out of here, clink. And then, so wait, you would think that that's like, you know, the relief comes over me and Paco. We're like, cool, great. You know what I'm saying? Because I failed to mention that, like, when we got into the fucking jail, we were put in a fucking cell that's the size of my office with 22 motherfuckers. There were 22 of us in one fucking cell. These motherfuckers was feeding us green hot dogs. All right, I did not eat anything, but they were dealing cookies in there. All right, like you trade your cookies
So
for
I say
things.
Joshua with that in OPP.
You bet.
You
Look,
better never go back.
let me tell you what's up. 'Cause-
What's up, artist boy?
So no, peep this. It was
Remember
cool.
my cookies?
It was cool, bro. These guys knew some of my art. They asked me what I do, and I was like, I was painting walls. It was like, paint? And I was like, yeah, bro, I paint.
Hardcore.
You know,
I
like,
paint hard.
and they were like, oh, and I told them about some pieces, and it was like, oh, I know that piece and this and that. So it didn't end up being a thing. But when I first got in there, there's like 22 motherfuckers in there, and it's like 36 degrees. In this cell.
It's cold as a bitch.
It's like 36 degrees.
It's a form of torture.
Yeah, because these motherfuckers ran out of blankets. Okay, they had like 11 blankets and 22 dudes. This is wild. All right,
that bitch
but like seriously,
tucked in
we
your
was in there
jacket and
chilling,
shit.
me and Paco, and this one dude was like sitting over here, and he just walked over and was like, "Hey man, it's gonna be cold," and gave me a fucking blanket. And me and Paco like covered up with this blanket. I was like, "That's cool shit, but I don't know if this guy's trying to. I hope this ain't messages, you know, like."
Hey,
I mean,
hey, artist boy took my blanket. You know what that means?
no. So like that went down, and me and Paco, like, we fucking cuddled up under one blanket up against the wall. I was like, I'm not gonna face away from anyone. I'm not gonna, you know, but I don't know the rules here. But
Found my quarter.
anyway, I'm not.
Me and homie are here.
Like,
You my bitch.
but real talk, guy, like real
I'm really
talk.
waiting on Paco, the part of the story where it's like Paco had a shank
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
No. Paco witnessed a guy get jumped, and it was like, my man was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Yeah, Paco, back in the cell. Get back in the cell."
Stop watching.
No, man.
You
Like,
don't see anything.
so it was cold, and they had that blanket shit going down, right? Y'all, so much shit popped off in this one night. They had they had the blanket shit going down, right? Where there's like limited blankets. So the cell across from us, these dudes was fucking arguing and like fighting in the cell because they wouldn't share the blankets, and there was only like 6 blankets and like 20 motherfuckers over there. Well, during the breaks where they let you out the cell to like stretch your legs and not be, you know,
Cramped
fucking
up.
shoulder to shoulder with motherfuckers, the dude that was pissed off that he didn't have a blanket went over to the cooler, brought it back in the room, and dumped the water on everybody's blankets.
This
Nobody get a
motherfucker.
blanket in
Yep,
this motherfucker.
everybody gonna be cold as a bitch.
And bruh, and the rest of the people from that cell beat the fuck out of that man. Oh my God. All right. And it like happened right like.
And then while he's getting his ass beat, he's still gonna be cold.
Yeah, I
Still gonna
guess.
be cold.
I don't know. You ain't gotta tell me.
Hypothermia
I didn't
gonna
need
kill
no
faster.
signal. I went back to the cell immediately. I was like, fuck this. I'll be back where I was, back against the wall. I can see everyone.
Got my
I
blanket
can
still.
see everyone. Got
My booty hole
This
is
blanket
safe.
not wet. All right, and then y'all laughing, but real shit. Paco gets back in the room, and they serve us fucking lunch because we got released at like 9 a.m. But the lady that's running the desk took our file and put it at the bottom and would not let us fucking leave. All right, like I've been released by the judge. This bitch got my shit stacked at the bottom. What time did I end up getting out? It was like
Almost like 4 hours in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I had all the money waiting.
yeah. Well,
The release paper said like you contact us, you're released without the judge or something, and then it was going to be a legal problem. So I didn't want to go and bail you out just because I didn't want to interfere with the legal proceedings. So I just waited. And then eventually you got out. I saw you and you stank. But you know,
Smell like
yeah,
OPP.
man. But well, fuck. We're in there like we're waiting to get out, and they bring us lunch and shit like that, and I trade my cookies for another blanket, and that's
Straight
not
up.
code for ass. I mean, that's real cookies. Like,
Gave up my goodies.
Real cookies. He said this is not code for ass. It's real cookies.
These are real cookies, all right? Like,
No chocolate chips in this
you know,
motherfucker.
like, just to be clear, all right? But anyway, after all that shit popped off, the lady was for real not letting me leave the cell. And
That's
she wasn't
wild.
letting us eat after our release. And I kept telling her, I was like, every time I would say to her, you know, they said, like, I'm released. Like, I can leave. She would say, go back to the cell. And I would be like, fuck. You know? And then no, it was wild because, like, the other cats in the cell, which these cats were fucking hilarious, y'all. Like, and most of them were, like, really chill and cool. Like they were, but they were.
They just murdered like one person.
Bruh,
You know
and
what I
that's
mean?
exactly what the stories was like. Like, I remember just sitting right there, and this motherfucker was like, so then I grabbed the bitch, and I threw her in the fucking closet, and I locked in there, and I started stabbing this motherfucker, and then he was like, whoa, bro, you cool? My bad, I didn't mean to step on your foot. But, you good? All right. But yeah, then I was like, oh, this motherfucker. And I'm like, oh,
I mean,
you know what
it was-
I'm like,
I get it. Like that.
I don't.
That dude.
I'm
No,
glad you get it. I'm not getting any of it. That's
No, he
it.
killed that guy. He didn't want to
kill you.
That guy did not die. It was a very short night.
Tried to kill
All right?
that guy. He didn't try to kill
He
him.
like
wanted to kill him. He doesn't
minimal
want to kill you.
penetration.
You
It was
didn't do
like-
anything. You wasn't fucking his wife.
I could dig, bro.
Obviously, he threw the bitch in the closet. Obviously, somebody was fucking his bitch, so he tried to stab him.
That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, so what ended up happening is they was giving us showers, right? And when they were giving us showers, another guard came in. When the other guard came in, I was like, yo, it was like, have you taken a shower? I was like, I haven't taken a shower. I'm not trying to take a fucking shower. I have been released for like 6 hours now. I just want to go home. Let me leave. The fucking judge said I could leave. All right. And she was like, are you serious? I was like, I'm so serious. And then the other cats in the cell was like, bro, this guy should be gone. He should not even be here. And like, you know,
Everybody's like, he doesn't belong here, bro.
and then anyway, she went and checked the files and everything else like that. And then they fucking released me. And then when they released me, they were like, oh, you got to pay bail. And there's an ATM in the middle of this fucking thing. They give you your wallet and
Of
everything
course,
else
that's
back.
where they want you to get your money out of.
Oh, wait. It gets even.
Got a $5 charge on that bitch.
It gets even more gooder. So, like, no, peep this shit. The ATM in there, broken. Doesn't have any money in it. You can't do nothing with it. There's like, oh, there's one in the lobby. So then you can go out in the lobby. All right. ATM right there, also fucking broken. All right. So I only got out because I had $200 cash on me. Whenever they picked me up, and I had $150 to do my bail. Right. And then I had to go to an ATM that was a block away to get cash to come bail out Paco, you know, so that we can get the fuck out of there. But yeah, that's what went down. And then after all that shit popped off, you know, there was an article written about me and me being arrested and being picked up and everything else like that. And after that article was written, like I was getting all that shit. Oh, you like street cred and legit and all blah blah blah. And then it's crazy because a fucking influx of people started like coming through and everything else. It's like, oh, you're street art. I wasn't familiar with it until blah 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 and this and that. And I'm always just like, man, I've been painting shit out there since I was like 20. I just turned 40, player. You know what I mean? I've been like painting shit out there since like, you know, college me or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
happy birthday, man. Your birthday
yeah.
did just pass.
Yeah, we just
Shout out to you, Big 4-0.
Thanks, man. Loving it. 40s are cool. You know, we did 40/40s for my 40th. You know, yeah. Yeah, long
Super
hair,
hype.
You know, but
I wasn't invited.
yeah, I mean, I posted it. You think I'm gonna text you? Be weird.
I mean, you just want him to show up? Like,
Yeah, that's why I posted it. You know, like that's like
now I know. Now I know.
I was
Every
about to
time you post something, I'm just gonna show up
he
now,
literally
Josh.
kicks it here. He just pulls up all the time. He's acting like that would be weird. Like it would. So like I
very
ain't never
true.
just pulled up and had a drink.
I'm about to
and
say this
stared at
motherfucker
you.
posted a picture here last week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Him and his son
Like,
playing
don't-
chess.
don't-
Yeah, no, I walked in
Don't do
here.
that.
And I walked in here one day, and he was just like, "Hey, you've been here more than 5 times. You make your own fucking drinks around here." I was like, "Yes, sir." Went downstairs.
Yeah, he was like,
less.
"Oh, you think I'm fucking painting?" And this dude was like, I'm kind of thirsty." And I was like, "Man, fuck you, right? Like, I'm fucking painting a masterpiece, and you want like Jack and Coke? Fuck you, you know? Like, what the fuck is this?
This
Like,
fucking
like,
dickhead.
So wait, so
It's more
that
than you made last month in my hand. Shut up.
But that arrest, did that have anything? One day I was here and they had a cop show up and like started giving you shit, and I'm standing 5 feet away. I hear this cop kind of like, "Yeah, man, you know that wasn't cool, you know," and blah 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 blah. And then 10 minutes later, I zone out. I think you and me were talking, and then I like kind of tune back in, and he's just like, "Yeah, so like this is what I would want on the canvas," and I'm like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Winger.
Pretty sure that was because of video we posted, wasn't it? It was the video we posted. We got
Yeah. This
JP cops rolled up on him on you.
wanna?
I mean, you were just painting a wall. He was basically painting a wall. You and Dago commissions.
Oh shit.
They did not believe that he was allowed to be painting the levee wall in what city were we in?
Ego man.
Yeah, Wagaman.
Wagaman. Oh, fuck.
Hey, yo, you did that?
Oh, yeah. Who you think did it?
But
Dog, you are very talented,
Get
sir.
off his penis!
man.
He's
Thanks,
not
man.
that cool.
Fuck you. I've seen all of it. Now that I know, like,
Yeah, I did the wings at the playground over there. I did the fucking
wings
the
are
big
real
one
hot.
across. Yeah, the wings
Yeah.
are real hot. And
I knew you did that.
yeah, and then I did the levee wall up there that says Wagaman. Did that, but that's when he's talking about.
They got like 75,000 views.
Yeah,
on that
we were
video.
up there painting.
Damn.
It was just
We
three
were-
JP cops rolling
Right,
up on
and
us.
it wasn't
They
like,
got mad.
and so like this is just to put some context to it. Like they rolled up because of there's a fucking Karen that lives across the street, and she didn't like what I was painting, so she kept calling.
What were you painting?
I
Just
was
for
painting.
context.
Oh man, I was painting big
Brown
old
wall.
brown wall.
Yeah, you were just painting it brown.
Yeah. So anyway,
Background.
yeah, I was putting the foundation color down on the wall,
God forbid.
and she was like, "Oh my god, that's hideous," and I was like, "Yeah, it is."
Yeah, bitch, it's called a process.
Yeah. Shut up. Keep looking.
But anyway, the primer I got to put like the first coat down was this dark brown color that I put and laid down first. And whenever I did that, she started calling the cops and all this other shit. And anyway, the cops pulled up and they were mad chill and they were cool. But we had videos rolling already because we were painting and Nate was making a fucking video. And then the cops pulled into the background of the video. And
They were wondering why we weren't running.
yeah, that was one.
Chasers.
Yeah, that was one of the. Yeah, one
They
of
were
the
like,
guys.
here we go, get ready, guys. We're about to.
These guys are gonna run.
Yeah.
They're gonna run. Wait,
I just
they're
keep
not running.
Yeah, I just keep painting.
Nothing.
Why is he waving? I know Josh is high ass.
Yes. You want to come look?
Just keep painting.
Just keep painting. Yeah, that's always my method. I'm like, I'm gonna just keep painting. You know?
No, they'll come and
'Cause
talk
no matter,
to
look,
me.
even if you are a cop and you walk up, you see somebody fucking making something dope, you're like, I'm gonna give him a second.
Let him finish.
Let him finish. Hold
Yeah,
on.
let him
cook, let him cook.
But
Like he's not supposed to be graffiti, but what
Like,
unfinished
is it?
graffiti look
No,
worse?
no. Is it really graffiti if it's making the neighborhood look better?
No. We ain't gonna go that route. It's if he is graffitiing, let him finish. Because unfinished graffiti might look worse.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Now somebody else got to finish the graffiti, and what if they're not as good?
What if they're not as? That's so.
You should write a fucking book, Spencer.
This is a book writer. I could feel it.
Look, he's blushing.
He's blushing.
I'm fucking high.
I say I ain't never seen your eyes that red, my friend.
Yeah, man.
Josh gonna kill you.
These joints got weed in them.
Yeah, they do. This ain't no bullshit.
Every one of
Anyway,
them.
kid store.
Yeah, but yeah, so like the cops just kind of pulled up in the back of the video, and for the most part they was chill, you know, and you know they ended up leaving or whatever. But whenever we posted the video, it had that part of the video where they pulled up. There was like 3 units behind us while we were painting, right? And
Just keep painting.
and a bunch of people just made comments underneath and was like, why are they bothering you and all this other shit, blah 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 blah. And
Didn't help that you added the pig sound effects to it.
I did not. You know, like, but you know, with that said,
You seen
like,
that edit too?
Oink, oink.
oh my god,
Smells like bacon.
nah, man. So like, people were doing that type of shit though. But and that was
And
what
of
the
course, you
comments-
get
like,
flagged for it.
like, well, that's the commentary, right? And then like, so like, then I run into one of the police officers, and he's like, "Man, why would you say this and this?" Like, sir, I did not say any of this shit. You know, I'm like,
That was the end of that.
yeah.
On Facebook alone, it was 53,000.
Jesus.
That'll do it.
And I mean, like,
I'll
and
do
that's
it.
between like, you know, Westfield and Wagon.
Right. Yeah.
That's between like,
That's just in the 20-mile
yeah,
radius.
yeah. So like, but it, like I'm just saying, like, come on.
Nosy neighbors
That means
and was
everyone
like,
knows.
fire.
Yeah. But anyway,
SAPs are driving by. Why is everybody shaking their head at us? Like,
I think we played the Bad Boys song or something. I don't know. You know, it's like,
I knew we had something in there.
yeah. I'm sorry, but that's funny. All right, like,
Absolutely.
come on, man. Don't be
Absolutely.
Like that. Don't be
I'm
like
not
that.
making fun of you.
I mean,
That's
I was
hilarious.
getting paid to do this, and y'all were like, "What are you doing?"
Well, what's even worse is that like you didn't even say anything like salacious about them. It was just like, oh shit, hey, while we were doing this, cops pulled
Yeah,
up.
but I mean, listen. To be fair, like, and I try to be aware of like, so like the whole like fucking with cops and everything else. That's like a sensitive topic, bro. Like, you know, there's a lot of that kind of shit going down and everything else like that, and everything else, and people have a lot of shit to say. And I'm like, I'm not even trying to have the conversation, bro. Like, it's just funny, okay? Can we laugh? And move the fuck on? Like,
Right.
I could give a shit, man.
Going back. I'm
Like,
going back, y'all.
Yeah. I'm like, but no, like, well, I'm just saying, like, that's always kind of like the jam with that. It's like I would never, like, I'm not out here. I understand and I see the value in police officers in
Right.
communities and neighborhoods. You know, do I have like different opinions on like how that needs to be going about and who needs to be handling that specifically and what kind of ways? Ways it needs to be handled? Of course I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Am I interested in like just having a bunch of fucking arguments with people over how I feel? No, not at all. But so like you know, for the most part, like I try to be positive in any atmosphere. So like if I'm shining a light on anything, I hope it's like in a positive way or in a bright way, and it's like, you know, lifting up opposed to like, you know, like like kind of
Yeah.
like.
Well,
taking
you do have a very positive aura about you. Like, there's not too many times you and I have hung out and it's been like some weird, depressing shit. It's always usually pretty upbeat and fun. And you're like, hey, man, what's up? I'm doing dope shit. And I got brisket in the corner if you're hungry. I'm going to go back to doing this dope shit. And
Super delicious.
Don't even know what you're here. But yeah, you mentioned AI.
Oh my god.
So what are your thoughts on the
we go.
future of art in
Yeah, he did.
regards to AI?
Future art.
Well, because you know a lot of people now, like you see women on Facebook that
Scott,
will get,
you're flaring him up.
I know, I'm ready.
Go ahead.
You see women on Facebook accepting compliments of AI-generated photos of themselves, and then I've had a few people that I've seen on certain social media platforms that will post their AI-prompted art.
Yes.
That they went on to ChatGPT, said, "Hey, make me a XYZ that looks like this."
Make me an artist.
And they were like, you know what? I can post this, take credit for it, and be called an artist because I knew exactly what to tell this AI to make for me. And I have a feeling we are headed into a direction where there will become a subgenre of art that is AI. And how does that make you feel?
Makes me feel like.
I'm gonna go get ice. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Drop that bomb and leave Spencer to deal with it.
Oh no, man. I mean, I think it's something that's just gonna kind of pass over like anything else. I mean, I also think that like from a value standpoint, this goes back to like, I think we had this NFT conversation before. I mean,
I think so.
how's that
I don't
shit?
think.
How's that shit looking?
It's going well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands of dollars dumped into that shit,
Anyway,
and now it's
try
worth
millions.
a postage
Try
stamp.
millions.
Millions.
So,
It's
try
worth a
millions. But,
postage stamp.
but anyway, I think in the same way that like, you know, NFTs I was like, oh, this shit doesn't really have value. It's not created, so on and so forth. And everyone was like, well, it's the future because science and fucking
And
computers,
numbers.
right? Yeah, it could be.
001010001.
An account, you can't be a real artist.
I can't tell by the voice he's making if he's a fan or not.
Man, yeah, bro. Well, so like so first of all, I don't fuck with any of that. I don't think any of that's cool. I don't see, like, it has no soul, it has no purpose in our game. Like, I mean, this goes back to the conversation we were having earlier. Like, people that do that and call themselves artists are more like those people that I mentioned earlier that see the scene as like a come up. As a come up. You just trying to come in here and make money. And you're gonna jump in right now while you can still trick people into thinking that you're talented, and you're gonna prompt these images and use them and
Now, even just playing devil's advocate, so even if it is somebody's original idea that they typed and made with the AI,
I don't give a fuck.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, original idea. How lame? Yeah.
Hey, I will say this. You and I hung out just to give you an example, you and I hung out one day, and after I left, I was like, I'm feeling artsy. I have no talent. So I'm going to take a picture, upload it to ChatGPT, and ask them to make a stencil out of this for me because I don't know how to do that. Lame.
That's fucking lame. That's totally lame. So, like, the whole point of an art or any craft in general is, like, the intimacy of learning it, because that's where you learn who you are as an artist. That's where your style's developed and everything else. If you want to jump that process and skip that process because you need instant gratification, you're too fucking lazy to actually put time into things you say you're passionate about, okay? Well, then that's some self-work you got to do. That's not, that's not just the product, okay? But real talk. I'm just saying, like, that's the real. That's the no. Like, well, this is the part I was talking about this earlier. Like AI is like the end of like the human soul. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all are laughing, bro. But like it's already gotten to the point where people need to have their phone. They need to have choices in front of them. And now AI is going to introduce a world where you don't even have to have choices, bitch.
No,
here is what it is.
Yeah.
Because it's your idea, right? And then the whole like the way to get everybody on board is to present this concept of that. Well, if you prompted the concept, then it's like your art. Shut the fuck up. All right, like
I just use it to make my game.
well, I mean, it's whatever. I mean, you can use it for whatever you want, bro.
It's a great tool.
I'm just
but
saying,
I think once it starts
don't,
like infiltrating.
I think it's a terrible tool. I think you could whatever you want. My argument is simple as this: people are probably the dumbest they've ever been.
Oh,
all right?
great.
Okay, great. And it's probably because of all the tools and the enhancements and the improvements that we've given that make life so fucking easy. And now we're about to take away our last like ounce of curiosity because we're gonna have fucking animated systems that can just respond to us immediately and answer any question of curiosity that we have. So we'll never have to actually be motivated about anything. And then you'll never be able to distinguish which actually means anything to you because none of it really you don't have to put any time into it. You don't even have to read about it. You don't even have to give a fuck about it. You could just say, Chat GPT, tell me who the fuck I am because I just want to sit here. Okay, like no,
I just want to be. I just want to be happy.
I just want to.
Do not take my laughter as disagreement.
I just want to be happy.
No, it's like, and it say just want to be happy. This is literally like programming you to be depressed. Okay,
Right.
and then what's even worse is like all of this shit is ran by marketing and like government and so on and so forth. So like people are literally programming themselves, like, and they're telling you they're gonna do it, and people are like, isn't this exciting? And like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, guys, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And then the fact that people are like, well, it's gonna make this, and this easier. Man, life is already way too easy. That's why everyone's so fucking depressed. All right, like if you actually had to learn some shit or be passionate about some stuff instead of spending your day trying to learn about 700 fucking new world issues or whatever the fuck is cool to talk about today, and you could actually like spend some time working on your craft or whatever the fuck you actually enjoy, like then maybe you wouldn't be so fucking sad. Okay, then you could be good at something and you could feel a little pride in your life or something, instead of just being like, ChatGPT, tell me what I should like about myself. All right, like what the fuck, bruh? That is so weird. Shut up! I'm just saying, and the fact that nobody thinks it's weird is fucking chaos to me. And they're like, and when people walk up to me all hype, did you hear about this new AI? Please don't tell me the rest. All right, like, cause like Sarah Connor told us, and y'all up in here playing
see
the game.
Terminator.
All right,
I see Terminator.
I'm saying
Skynet.
we've been warned. All
fucking
right,
real.
like this is all a shit. Okay, but I don't know, man. I just think that it is literally the end of human consciousness. It's not just a tool. It's not just a resource. It is a crutch that like is going to be put over us and through us. And no, I'm serious. You're laughing, but like even kids in this generation like struggle with like sports, hand-eye coordination shit, all that other stuff because like they grew up around all of this technology with like tablets and so on and so forth. Now we're about to
100%.
have AI. Okay, listen, as if we already couldn't just Google any fucking thing we wanted, all right? We're gonna have something that'll just tell us, and then tell us how to think about it, and then tell us how to apply it. You're welcome. Now go back to watching whatever fucking shitty show you got on. Like, yeah, you'll have to piss in 10 minutes. You know, like, come on, man. Like,
So the concept of like smart houses is just
oh, that's
like,
terrifying. That's weird.
I
like,
love
like,
my smart house, and I miss it so much.
fucking weirdo. All right, I'll say it right now.
Alexa, turn the lights on. Boom.
Yep. Nope. Who's Alexa?
Scott said, I am a god.
I am a god.
Why am I talking to you? I've always thought, even that was weird to me. When they started making the little voice things that talk to you and tell you shit, and I remember when I would travel and I would show up and they'd have one of those little boxes and it was like, whatever they're called, whatever the fuck, I would always just put that in the vault. You know, whatever vault they have in the room, I don't trust you. Clink, clink. All right, because like, you're laughing, bro. All of that shit's weird to me. Like, I swear to you that I really believe in the core of me that like the real human disconnect is technology. And that everything that we were designed to do, everything our bodies are made for, everything that our brain, you know, so on and so forth is made for, has nothing to do with advanced technology. It has to do with being more connected with the earth, the sun, one another, so on and so forth. I don't mean to sound like a fucking hippie.
No,
but,
I get it.
But real talk, like you could just look at any studies, any kind of the effects of technology on the brain, whether it's watching TV, your phone, like interacting with anything like electronic.
We're 4 years away from Wall-E.
Up your brain.
Like,
Yeah, I know.
all
I
of us
know.
just sitting
But-
fat in a chair, everything is handed to us. We're so close.
Exactly, man. But like people are excited about it.
Not even just that. We were
that's
having
the
Like,
scary
like,
part.
we were having a
Yeah.
discussion
Part.
the other day about what do they call the chip? The chip?
Neuralink.
The Neuralink.
Yeah,
we were
fuck
having a
you.
discussion about that the
Fuck
other day.
you.
And listen,
Fuck you.
I think that's where technology starts to get terrifying.
Yeah.
But no. But I'm saying all that to say.
Nah, Josh is like, nigga, iPads are scary.
Yeah, okay, right. But like the point that I'm getting to is I said this in the group chat the other day because you even said
Terrifying.
Spencer was the guy that even said he was like, I'm not getting no shit like that put in my fucking head, and I was like, no, because what they're gonna do is they're gonna present it first as convenience. It's not gonna be like, hey, we have to go chip everybody. It's gonna be like, no, look, you don't need headphones anymore. You're gonna have a chip in your head that you can hear everything.
It's already
and
happening.
It's just gonna keep
It's
progressing
already
from
happening.
there.
Have you seen the glasses, bro?
Oh,
Yeah.
my
It's already happening.
can't-
You
I
don't need a
can't-
chip.
I can't
They
wait.
got the glasses, bro. Like they're just you wear the glasses. It documents everything that you see, look at, everything else like that. This is fucking Minority Report. All right. So like, not like real shit.
yeah,
All right. And like, dude, it is terrifying. All that's scary. Look, I've gotten a lot less hot in the city doing street art and stuff like that because after the terrorist attack, which R.I.P.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
but after the terrorist attack situation, that was when they pushed through that bill and all the fucking facial recognition all through the quarter.
Yep.
So now they got cameras all through the quarter.
Yep.
All
You
right?
can't
And
even
like,
get close to Bourbon Street with a gun.
well,
No.
you
It's pent
talking
up.
about with a gun? I'm worried about having like 10 charges on spray paint in public. But hey, I don't carry a gun, man. Just 6-pack of spray. But no, man. So like that kind of stuff goes on, and then even with like facial recognition and everything else like that, all of that is weird to me. And I think anything sold to you in the aspects of like fear, like if you don't do this, you're not gonna be safe.
Right.
I don't fuck with that.
Right.
Period. Like I'm definitely not doing that. I'm gonna go ahead and not be safe. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. No, like real shit. I don't trust anything that tries to scare you into doing it.
Right.
Like
Right.
if that's the situation, like I don't think it's
Don't
worth
like
it.
feeling
And
forced.
well, I think that I think all
Yes.
of that shit is in my opinion, and I think it's violations of your freedoms, man. Like I don't think you're supposed to be tracked everywhere and monitored. I don't think everyone should know where you live, where you stay. I don't think you yourself should have cameras in your house. I think that's fucking weird, homie.
Yeah, no.
If you give me a heads up, you're like, yo, I got cameras in my house. I won't go in your
Well,
house.
that's what I'm saying is
Like I'm not kicking in your
I don't
face.
even
Why?
know
'Cause
if
that's
it's-
weird.
I don't
know what
even
you're
know.
gonna do with that footage later.
I'm telling you, I
don't
don't
know
even
what
know
you're
if it's
Yeah,
fear.
I don't know why.
You're bringing up a lot about fear. I don't even know if it's just necessarily fear. Like I think fear takes up certain aspects of things because they have no other way. But I think the biggest downfall is convenience.
Yeah.
Is it's like whenever it comes to like the facial recognition stuff, it's like I don't want to type in my code. I can just, you know what I mean? And then it was
Right.
like having all your information
Yeah, but
downloaded onto your phone and having all that, having cameras outside your house. Like, do you remember for a while Amazon was doing that thing where they were like, if you buy our camera and install it in your house, you're worried about porch pirates, we can let the Amazon driver have access to your home to drop off your packages inside the house so you don't have to leave them outside anymore.
Crazy.
Thousands of people were like, fuck yeah. People keep stealing shit off my porch all the time. So now you have an Amazon fucking camera in your house, an Amazon controlled keypad on your front door, and now motherfuckers just have access.
Right.
And they can lock you in your fucking house.
You can break a window.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like any of the AI stuff. I hate it in the art scene. 1,000%.
Oh, yeah.
I've met like a bunch of
I mean,
I've
you
met
can't even make a
artists,
coloring book.
A lot of artists that have like come to me and like tried to talk to me and they were like, oh, I do AI art. I do this. This is how it's generated and everything else like that. And I'm like, word? You just like put words in? And they're like, yeah. Well, I put in like a certain kind of words.
That's super hype.
And like, well, I mean, and then I'm just like, man, do you like hear yourself? Like, I mean, you talk about like the 10,000 hours thing,
Right.
and then you're gonna talk about somebody that AI generates art. You know what I'm saying?
Are you
Look at
about
me
to show
just
him
yesterday.
And like, yeah, I mean, and
That's him. That's hilarious. That's
No,
hilarious.
I'll do you one better.
That's funny. And it didn't do it. Oh, thanks.
I'll do you one better.
Good for y'all.
He's now kissing another man.
I see that.
I made
I
that.
See
just
that.
spit.
He made that.
I made that.
You didn't
Why
though.
would you do
Yeah.
that?
You didn't. He didn't make it. That's the part.
No, I made
the
it.
part.
I prompted it.
That's the
I
part.
use special words.
That's the part.
Make him kiss.
I mean,
You send that to?
Okay.
Who did you send that to?
Nobody. I was gonna send it in the group, and I'm like, this is the one that'll piss y'all off. I'm like, this is the one that's gonna piss them off.
That's so funny.
So let me ask you guys something about like AI art, like real shit.
Go.
So,
For
sure.
So like me as an artist, I don't see the value in it if it's like AI art. I don't see
Obviously.
it, like I think if it's auto generated and everything else like that, like I don't think you're gonna fucking tell a computer something and it's gonna print out a canvas this big, and we're gonna be sitting here talking about, well, that's a $10,000 piece.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So
And this is just me because I think that like the big part of like the art scene and the industry and everything else is like the craft of it and like the certain ways you do it and so on and so forth.
Right.
And I understand that like AI can replicate things like that, but something that's made like originally with actual materials and so on and so forth
Right.
is still like proven to be a finer work of art. You know what I'm saying?
Good, Spence.
Yeah.
Give your
no, like
perspectives.
AI art as like something that you would make as a canvas. I don't see any real value in it.
Yeah, somebody better not charge me $3,000 for some AI art.
That doesn't make any
Cuss the
sense
fuck
to me.
out. You know what I'm saying? They can be
AI
like, look,
art
I made you
as-
this picture with AI and give it to me. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
AI art as in taking something that you have and making it do something.
Well, I'll say from my end, like now being before, but like when we went to Comic-Con, when we went to Comic-Con, me and one of my other friends, shout out Brett, me and him were having a conversation about some art that we saw people selling for a premium. And it wasn't AI, but it was computer art. Like they have like the pen and the
Graphic
thing.
design.
And yeah, it was like some graphic design stuff, which I don't take anything away from them. But in terms of art,
I mean-
selling artwork and like, stuff like that. Like if you're gonna graphic design me like a website, or if you're gonna do something like that, I have no qualms about that whatsoever.
Right.
But like me and my friend were looking at this particular Spider-Man piece, I remember. And it was like all three of the Spider-Man, and they were all like hanging out and swinging from thing with the pumpkin bombs and all of that. And while we're looking at it, I was like, that looks really cool. And then Brett was like, yeah, I'm not spending money on that though. And I'm like, really? And he was like, well, no, because to me, if you can hit the undo button on your art and just erase that mistake that you just made, he's like, that's not real art to me. And I was like, okay,
Damn,
like I can
that's-
see that perspective.
That sounds stupid.
I can see
I
that
was about to say
perspective,
that. No,
though.
that sounds
That's
stupid.
I'm pretty sure not.
That
That,
sounds
that's, I don't know. I'm pretty sure. Do you lay everything down like straight off the dump? That's gonna be the line that line's there permanently before, or do you have like a process that before you lay this line, you know what line it's gonna be?
Like this guy here. All those lines.
Well, I'm
Are any
sure
of them
not the.
fuck-ups?
I'm sure not the you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. So like that's what's the difference between making like an AI piece and making an original piece of art, man.
Right.
It's like you get in kind of like a flow state when you're creating, and it has a different kind of vibe to it. And when you're painting and you're creating like an image or something like that, like the way you apply brushstrokes, whether it looks right or wrong, can like create the vibe of the painting. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know if there's necessarily a right or wrong like application in it. And I mean, I've never done any digital art or any other kind of art. I've always been like pretty like true to like I need to use my hands.
Actual art.
You know. And, well, I mean, it is. What it is. I have respect for digital artists and stuff like that. You know, like I'm not tripping, and I know they put time into their craft and stuff like that. You know, but for me, my ambitions are to be able to create things with my hands. You know, on like canvas or like other
Right, right.
material things, walls, concrete floors, like all kinds
Right,
of shit. So basically, I don't know. I don't, but I don't think it's gonna value the same as like a canvas piece, because we'll go back to what I was saying about having like textures and everything else like that.
Right.
You know, like I think digital art is cool. And
I think that was more like the point that I was.
Because you
trying to
can't say the dudes that drew SpongeBob aren't artists.
yeah.
make. They drew him though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they did
Well, that's like
pencil
that's
and
what I
shit,
say. That's
and
an
then
animator.
right.
That's like a different kind of jam.
yeah,
like,
it's a
as to,
different
like,
art.
Now,
Right.
Now, like I think that when you
Okay.
use,
Okay.
I think what he's saying, like, okay, so like I also will go to that, and I don't, and I'm not saying that it's fair. In my opinion, isn't whatever. It's just my opinion.
Right.
Fuck I know. All right. But,
I don't know fuck about shit.
But anyway, so traditional animators and people that draw and like came up with like caricatures or other like stuff like that,
Right.
I have more respect for than I would like a digital.
Okay.
And the only reason being is because like the tools that the other animators have is like pencil and eraser.
Right.
And then,
Right.
like these
right.
other tools, what you're talking about like a backup button and stuff like that.
Right,
I mean,
right.
there's also shit that like bends the lines for you.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like it'll
100%.
shape the character for you, and then it'll kind of put it like you can put a figure up there and everything else like that. And
Right.
It's similar to just using a projector on a project.
100%. Right.
Except it's just a smaller version of it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So like, which I mean, I've used projectors on projects and stuff like that. But like with me, in the kind of art that I'm trying to do, like the goal for me is to get to a point where like my hand can do everything with fewer tools and other assistants.
Got you.
So like over the last year, I've done probably the most versions of like free-handed work, out of my career, and that was a goal going into the year because I was like, well, man, I want to be able to spray paint like large scale, and then some of the stuff was like without references. That has been one of my big goals lately, is to be like, I'm not gonna look at shit. Go ahead and paint this.
Fuck it out.
And
Right.
yeah. I mean, a few of the Pelicans over there, like I kind of got into a groove with those, and I was able to do that with like a few of the Pelicans. And then,
Hell yeah.
like I did like those cool like the scenic stuff, which is like, I guess scenic stuff's cool to paint. Like I did enjoy painting the trees and everything else like that. That stuff's so easy, bro. Like like I did, like I
Is that like a
definitely-
base for like scenery and everything? Is that like a base for artists in your opinion? Like that's like one of the first things y'all try to like master.
Not really. I mean, I've never really worked scenic art. I don't like landscapes and shit like that. I've always found it to be boring.
More portraits. And,
Yeah, I've been more portraits. I mean, something about eyes have always been engaging to me.
right. I remember you saying that last time.
If you go through my sketchbook as a young kid, I drew eyes all the time, drawing faces and making eyes that are like super engaging. It's always been like a fun part of that for me.
Hell yeah.
And like I didn't ask chat GPT about that. Because it's like,
You love Naruto
Just
as a
looked
kid.
with eyes.
Nah,
Yeah.
I didn't really. Yeah, no, I just fucked with eyes and like and I didn't watch Naruto. but I did like.
I was just saying, you don't like the showering guy?
Yeah, nah.
No.
I still don't watch Story too, man. Like everybody tells me to watch it, and I'm like, man, I just.
Especially you being an eyes guy. I don't know.
That,
Man. You might
that was
have
my
to check
thing.
it out.
I know I could.
You
I
might have
want to
to check it
laugh
out.
at the joke, but I don't watch the show. So haha, fellas.
Motherfucker said, ha ha, fellas.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. But no, like that's the type of shit with like the whole art scene where it's like people are like, oh, when do you get paid and when do you like X, Y, and Z? You know, like, and even if you do hop into it in that speed, I think we just saw like a wave of artists come onto the art scene, right? So during the pandemic, like a lot of people had like extra loot. A lot of people was buying art. A lot of people was buying a bunch of different things, hobbies and stuff like that they were into because of the extra revenue that was being like dished out by the government. Go figure. People have extra money, they buy more shit. Wow. So like crazy concepts, but that's what was going on. And like in that time period, it was like the largest economic art boom that we've experienced like in my lifespan, right? And like it like supposedly like the art market like grew like 4 folds. You know what I'm saying? And the number of new artists and new businesses like was like up like 180 something percent and all this other shit. And you saw a bunch of people on Facebook and Instagram become artists. You didn't know was artists. Now they started painting. Now they started making something. And like no, I'm cool. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
It's like I really believe this, and I've said this before. I think we're all creatives. I think we're all artists. And I think when the world slowed down for a little while, like a lot of us returned to that.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
and like and because we were forced to because you had to slow down.
Yeah.
And when you have to slow down, you got to deal with yourself. And when you deal with yourself, you learn these outlets and so on and so forth. But yeah, so like that whole little scene went down, and now that like economically like money ain't like that anymore, and and so like you're watching a bunch of artists that were on the scene kind of fall off the scene.
Of course.
Like they don't post about it, they don't paint anymore. Probably picked up the other gig and
Those
everything
mental
like that.
blocks.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, it's a hard game. So if you just got into it to make like loot, like you're gonna kind of burn out, you know. Like you have to have like a longevity about you and like a drive about doing it. Like it like during that window was probably the easiest time to sell art.
Right.
Like I've been selling art for like 17 years, you know. During that little era, you know, it was like everyone. It felt like everybody was trying to have art for their house.
Right.
You know, and I was selling art, and other artists I knew were selling art, and other people online were selling art, and like it was just popping off. Like people fucking selling art, you know. And then, you know, the last couple of years, like the art scene is like kind of like slowing down in a lot of ways. Unless you're like an established artist, you have like a known base, stuff like that, and you also have other ways to generate revenues because like that's the big thing, man. It's like, you know, you come in and you make the jokes. You're like, oh, Josh sells $10,000 paintings. You know, and it's like, yeah, I've sold pieces for that. You know, I've sold pieces for more than that. You know, but that's not what keeps me afloat as like an artist or as a business.
Right.
You know, what keeps me afloat is like still having like art at the art market, you know, Frenchman Street.
Right.
And still, you know, selling art like on Decatur. Still selling art at like 4 or 5 other locations.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
yeah, because like the whole thing is like you don't always sell that kind of like a painting that much. You know, like you know, like I had a pretty big year last year, and I've sold more of those than I've ever sold. Right, like.
And I say that from a place of admiration.
Yeah.
Right?
No, and I could dig. I could dig, but I'm just saying that like
nobody I know can sell no canvas for $10,000.
I could dig. Man,
Except
look,
my best friend Josh.
So I've so like real talk.
The trailer park.
Real talk though, like I've like one of my pieces sold for $23,000. You know, and thank you. Yeah.
Can I ask which piece?
Yeah, you can ask. It was
which piece?
I'm not telling you.
It was actually so do you remember when I was doing that large series of flowers?
Yeah.
I did that big fucking those pink flowers on the black background.
Shut the fuck up.
I won't.
That?
Yeah, bro. Because I price all my work by size. You know what I'm saying? And basically when I did
Kendrick Lamar,
I did that
for 20.
Nah, man. I mean, listen, it's still out there if you want to grab it.
I do.
Guess how much it is?
But
$23,000.
I have $50 and I'll start a down payment plan.
No, but it was the most
Shut up over there.
it was the most that I had ever sold a piece for, like, well, canvas, because
If
I've
it's the
done.
one I'm thinking of, that was a big fucking piece.
Yeah, it was like 8 foot by 10 foot.
Yeah.
It was a
Damn.
very large painting.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was really big, and it was really unique to like the work that I do. And I think that was a big selling point on it was, the people that the couple that bought it, they like collected a lot of art from me already. And then whenever I painted these flowers, it was like, and I was like, and I'm like, from my garden, and then
Walked right past him. Was like,
and-
need those.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, no, like actually, if you really do, like, you follow my work, and I'll go into these little spurts of like painting flowers, and it literally is from my garden. Like I have like
Every time you.
I have a big garden around my house, and like whenever like
What do
the-
you like? Plant something new and then.
I mean, different parts of the year, like I'll replant like areas, but a lot of times I'll end up repainting like the same kind of flowers just because I have like
Right.
those red hibiscus and stuff like that are like
Fire.
in the front of my house right now.
Fire.
And
Hell
they're
yeah.
paint like the big piece that's downstairs is like a picture of one of the pieces in front of my house.
Fire.
And those red flowers that was in that painting was from like this big fucking thing of flowers that was like I had in a flower pot in my garden. It was like overlapping it.
Nice.
And, but I just painted it with like a black backdrop. I used like pink accent. And it was hot as
Hell yeah.
but no, like at one point in time, I mean, I've been pricing my art by size, and usually when I go out and I figure out what I'm gonna charge for a painting, I kind of have an understanding of like what market I am, what tier, I guess you could say I am, in regards to like artists and on the scene and shit like that. And so like I kind of try to price from that standpoint, and then like when you get up to a piece that's like that size.
I'm scared for you, Scott. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We keep looking at the store over there, and
You
have to
you
go
can sleep
back
at my
home,
house,
dog.
Josh
son.
is a
Oh,
huge
your
Josh-
son.
Josh, Joe is a humongous Niners fan.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
live
isn't
in the
gonna
same
go well when I
house.
get home.
So
He was
that's
like,
not-
bro.
Oh,
he
your
was-
son's home.
Yeah, he was like, he's gonna hit my kid. He was like, and then tonight he was like, yo, the last time we interviewed Josh, like, we had such a great time. Like, I hate that I can't come, but like the Niners game is on, and like, whoop de whoop. And I'm like, well, if you want to come, you can still come sit in. And he's like, yeah, I'll be there, but I won't be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's just gonna be watching the game the whole time. I was like, nah, stay home.
fine.
I need somebody to watch the kid anyway. And now I feel unsafe that I left my son.
So,
Anyway.
so glad we didn't bring him because the destruction.
Oh, bro,
Yeah.
no, he wouldn't even be in the podcast. He'd
You'd
be
have had to call the
standing back
police.
there just walking.
He would be pacing in the background the whole time.
Chat
But-
GPT, how do I get over this?
But Spencer, do you want to get your shit off now, or are you still being
Just
shy?
what?
You said you had some stuff you wanted to follow up
You
with.
kind
him
of
about.
covered it, and like you kind of like squashed it with the telling me the shit you told me outside, because that's the stuff I had questions about.
Oh, okay. One thing.
You guys coming out or?
Maybe.
I think that's what it is.
One thing we I kissed him, like the picture. One of the things that I wanted to bring up was the other day came past by, y'all working over there, and Grayson wanted to come inside for a little while, get a snack. And while he was in here, he was like, Daddy, I want to go downstairs, see the rest of the art. So we went downstairs, started kind of looking around. And then at one point, he looked up and he went, Dad. And I was like, what? He goes, a booty. And he pointed at the painting of the butt. And I was like, like, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah.
And that reminded me of a situation in KMB Plaza in the city. They have a statue out there. And in that statue, it is, I think it's supposed to be you don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
I know what
You
you're
do?
talking about.
I
yeah.
think it's supposed to be a demon.
Yeah,
I think it's a demon
like
statue. And
fertility.
Dick
It was
out.
like a fertility thing.
And it caused a big ruckus. Yeah, Dick is just flopping. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
It's cool.
Sure.
Yeah. I got once you did that, I knew what you meant.
Fat Dick.
I knew.
Yeah, big old dick.
Come on, tell us the rest.
Sorry. Yeah. So the more what I'm bringing up is just
Oh shit.
censorship in art. Censorship in art. Yeah, my mouth didn't work.
Yeah.
And
Worcestershire sauce.
how do you feel about the idea of censorship in art? And should something like that be so openly accessible to the public?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. How do I feel about that? So like, I mean, so okay. So for the most part, I don't think any artist should really be censored in any real sense. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But you know, like I also think that like just like any conversation, you look at art as like a conversation.
Right.
Like any conversation needs to be had in certain audiences. You know what I mean? There's some things you don't speak of in front of children or in front of like a younger audience. Some things you talk about in front of like a more mature aesthetic. And like even like political conversations and atmospheres, like you need to be amongst a certain tier or mindset of people that way you can have that conversation in a formal mind, you know, in a formal setting,
100%.
even if you don't agree on like perspectives and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I think if you view art as that, you know, well then like you do identify some works, you know, whether it, you know, we're not gonna censor it, but you can't put it in front of every, you know, you can't put it in a place where it's like, you know, I don't know if I want my son, you know, be explaining to my son like what this big old dick is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
son.
I don't think I want to have that conversation
Well,
with Diana or Marley.
And,
Right.
and so like, but if it's in a place where it's like okay, this is like a mature audience, this is an adult place. Like, if there's a big dick statue on Bourbon Street, there's a big dick statue on Bourbon Street. That makes sense.
Right.
No, like I'm saying,
House of
Right,
Barnes.
but
yeah,
if the
right,
big
right.
dick statues at my kid's playground, well,
Now we have to
you
have a
know,
conversation.
I don't
A
know if
different
I
one.
want the big dick statue. I don't want. Well, no, and like just to be clear, that it's not just about big old dicks. You know, no, I don't want like
Could be
nudes.
big ass titties.
Well, that's what I'm about to say. I don't want
Yeah.
like nudes of women. I don't want anything like erotic or anything like that. And I'm not
Right.
like against like nudity or anything like that. I don't even like wearing clothes, players, so I get it.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, real shit.
If you want,
You know, and like, no.
I don't
chill
know,
out,
man. You be
know?
painting too much. You
you know.
get painting your balls and
You
shit.
see,
uh,
so I
you
got
know.
a gym shorty. You know,
Nate, if
but,
you want to pop that top
but no,
off,
like,
we're doing this interview.
but like real shit. Like I feel like that's a, I
Just
feel
go on
like
and
that's a
pop that
fair
top off.
way, a fair way to like to view like artworks in general. You know what I mean? I mean, you do it with film. You do it with pretty much anything else that's in the arts, music, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
There's shit that's like explicit content, blah blah blah. You know, 18 or older, yada yada. So like, why wouldn't it be the same way with visual arts? Why would we like monitor the other versions of arts and say that like, oh, we can't present this to a certain demographic of people at a certain age? But like visual arts, you're like, well, an artist made this, so it can be a big
It's
zany
art.
one.
I think it is.
You know what I'm saying?
It
Yeah.
is a big discussion because, like, you'll have the situations where you have a lot of art where women's breasts and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and it's like the narrative gets pushed. Like, no, this is supposed to be beautiful. This is she's breastfeeding, so she's got her titties out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see,
So
breastfeeding's a different
I'm
image.
about to say, yeah.
Yeah,
rather
breastfeeding
than
is a
because
different
then
image.
it's like
just some
No,
broad
but
with
you
an
see,
apple.
like-
you're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Like some
Posing
chick
like
that's
she's
out,
Randy
like,
Orton.
yeah, I like don't don't get it
Don't make her
twisted.
Randy Orton.
Like if like breastfeeding is like that's a whole different kind of jam. I'm just talking about like the whole concept of like
Off the
you know
ropes.
stuff that's like seductive or like whatever the case may be. You know, I'm just having those conversations and everything else like that, or even being like hey hey mom dad, why would y'all tell me that I should be covered up when company comes over? This motherfucker's out here naked.
Right.
Why is it cool for this person to be naked as fuck and I gotta wear a towel?
Right. Why is that art
When these
missing?
people in my house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, no, I'm just.
No, yeah.
So like,
Nah,
that's the
100%.
kind of conversation. Like, not, and that's so like some people aren't parents and don't do the parent thing, so they're not gonna view it from that perspective. But like the innocence of a child, and then also like presenting that in that audience. That's the other thing, But I think that's the responsibility of the curator and the artist themselves. To know your audience, know your crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then don't be the kind of artist that does something like that. And I mean, I don't know this artist. I don't know nothing about it. And so this is all speculation. Once again, I will repeat, I don't know anything.
Right.
So no, like real shit.
No, yeah.
But I would hope that like it wouldn't be a situation where it's like, oh, I presented this piece of art to stir some bullshit, get everybody talking,
Right.
and now everybody knows who I am as an artist.
Right,
Yay.
right.
Or even as a scene or just like a talking point, because unfortunately, most of the way that media is done now is through negative publicity. Nobody really wants to read about how good or nice any of things are. They're trying to hear about like what's not good, what can we have a side on.
Right.
Everything's a pick a side.
Yeah, 100%.
Team Jacob or Team Edward. Every fucking thing ever.
What are you?
What?
Team Edward or
Oh, I'm a Sagittarius.
What? A what? Does that mean you have a black belt?
I don't know.
Are you Team Iron Man or Team Captain America?
Oh man, yeah, Dr. Doom.
Oh, straight up.
Kill them all. You know what I'm saying?
Kill 'em all.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I was like,
Personally, my favorite piece of your art that I've ever seen was that Jay and Silent Bob.
thanks, man. That was a fun piece.
Hi guys.
That's a
You know
fun
what I'm
piece.
saying?
It was really inspired by like the building itself. Like that was a place that like me and my homies used to hang out. We used to play Call of Duty and we played Halo 2, right? And one of my friends lived on Hooter Road right there. And anyway, we'd meet up at that little corner store, buy a bunch of junk food and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
And then like and push out to his crib. And whenever it was closed up and stuff like that, I was like, oh man, wouldn't it be funny if I made it into the building?
style.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
So
that's fire.
so yeah, just kind of went out there, threw that shit up, and pretty good stuff. You know? Like I enjoy doing it, and I mean, one of the things that I really like doing with all my art is fucking. I hear the phone. But anyway, yeah, one of the things I really like doing with all my art is like, especially my street art, is using like the resources of whatever's out there, like, and letting that inspire what I'm gonna do.
Right.
Like I'll drive around and just looking at shit in the street all the time. Right there.
Did you do that rabbit that's right there now?
Yeah, that's my rabbit.
Hell yeah.
What is coming November 30th?
You missed it. That was last November
So
30th. But it's already went, bro. It was an event that we had here. It was a show.
okay.
So I thought it was funny. And the idea was to like just put the date and let people ask. Like we ain't even tell nobody or write down what it was. It was just like November 30th. It was like November 30th.
The fuck is that?
November 30th. And I'm like, how they gonna find out? They not. Ha! You know, it's like they're not.
Me and my wife had a whole conversation about. She was like, "What does it mean?" I was like, "I don't know."
Exactly.
She was like, "Can you figure it out?" I was like, "I'm
won't
not
figure
figuring
out
it out."
nothing.
She was
You'll
like,
never know.
"She was like, are they gonna open the store back up November 30th? Because that's like one of the only gas stations I have on my way to work." I was like, "I have no idea, Megan.
Nope,
Don't
that
ask
was
me these fucking
I wrote
questions."
that shit. November 30th, bitch. You know.
I bet you there was people like actually passing November 30th that store. Like, I think they missed it. I think
I don't think they made it back. No, yeah.
Nah, man, but no, that's a fun little project. I wanted to go back over there and do something else. I had a few different ideas over there, but like like the whole police scene's been wild lately. So like, I ain't trying to get shot. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
fuck that.
I like painting stuff.
Especially in the city, they still got the National Guard out there.
Yeah, I ain't going out there.
Yeah, you got to do like outskirts stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be right in the city. It's got to be like out in like Bywater,
Yeah,
kind of shit.
I can see the Bywater for
still hit
sure.
some spots.
Yeah, way too many gutter punks out there for them to be worried about people painting shit.
But
Fucking elevator.
yeah,
You're an
it
elevator.
goes up and down.
Hell yeah.
Wild.
I love your shorts.
Yeah, he's got pretty good shorts.
Fucking freezing outside. Show off.
Yeah, these motherfuckers.
So you guys
both
like
of 'em.
AI though? Y'all like AI?
Fucking love AI.
I use AI for certain things.
Yeah, I use ChatGPT to help me write clean up my monthly reports for work.
So
That's about it.
I'm currently using my
I'm a horrible
ChatGPT.
typer. I failed English multiple times in college, so it was all because I can't write worth of
I
shit.
used ChatGPT the other day because I was working on an oven and couldn't figure out what it was I needed. So took a picture of it, uploaded it to ChatGPT, and it said, "Oh, this is a blank model that uses this. All you need to do is this, 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 and this. And if that don't work, try this." And got it in the first try.
I'm using AI to help me organize and create a board game, a D&D style board game with superheroes instead of old Western.
You gonna play D&D with us?
No.
Especially if it's ChatGPT
Fucking,
generated.
yeah, I was about to say, you know what AI is doing for y'all?
No, nothing.
Making me not want to fuck with y'all at all. That's what AI's doing for y'all right now.
I mean,
Just so
I
y'all
don't-
know. All right, you fucking traitors.
Like I
Fucking
can't.
traitor.
I don't.
This man said, I
can't-
can't write good. Me neither, bitch.
No, I can't.
So go for it. Let's
Like,
not write good.
I don't have a computer. I have a phone, so I can't type anything up.
Hey,
I
look,
li-
since I've been doing it, my higher ups haven't been saying anything, so I'm fine. Yeah,
That's
I don't
because-
have. I don't have.
That's
higher ups,
because
so-
the
I'll let
programs they
Secretary
use
Chat. That's
is
what I call her.
ChatGPT. They're using
Secretary
ChatGPT to check your ChatGPT. All right.
They
My
told me to do
assistant-
it. It was their idea.
My
Fuck.
assistant lives in Pakistan and can't speak English
God
good.
damn it,
so
y'all.
whenever he's responding to people, he uses ChatGPT to know how to respond.
And my
properly.
dumb ass, I still go to the grocery store.
So do I.
Oh, for
Grocery
real?
store.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't know. I didn't think you motherfuckers that can't think for themselves went to the grocery store.
No, I can
thought
think
y'all
for
was like, I
myself.
thought that shit was delivered. For
No,
sure. Y'all had
hey,
like,
look, you.
ChatGPT,
No,
what
wait.
What do I want for dinner?
Wait,
I got dinner right on the first try.
Joe,
I got-
if
I
Joe
got-
was here right now,
And it was a
Joe would be
sandwich.
cussing him the fuck out like, hey, bro, don't you take my delivery service. What
No,
I'm not taking nothing, brother. You keep doing that. Whatever you got to do. Fucking
no.
weird.
Look,
Fucking weird. Homie.
look. You're afraid. You're afraid of AI, and
I'm
like,
not afraid of it. That's the whole thing. I am aware of it. Like
just don't
you
want it
don't, you
around
don't
me.
see how enabled like you're becoming. You don't realize the regression of like the human
it pisses-
consciousness
it
in
pisses me
process in
off.
life. Does it piss you off?
Yeah.
Because you
No,
like,
no, like,
I
it-
guess I'm gonna use it to build all my shit.
I'm
Pretty mad about it.
I'm trying.
I'll
No,
take 2 more.
I'm trying to use.
I'll have 4 AI.
I'm trying to use it to build this fucking board game, and it pisses me off that I'll leave it alone. I'm like, you not doing what I'm asking you to do, you stupid fucking robot. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
See, and that's how Terminator
that's
started.
exactly how it goes.
That's exactly how
That's exactly
Terminator
how it
started.
goes. But I mean,
Because
I
your
just-
phone's gonna stand up one day and be like, "Remember that day you called me stupid?" And
Watch
fucking
just
headbutt you
real
right in your
shit. I'm
shit.
glad well, since this is like a documented conversation. Let's just say it this way: like real shit. I watch the studies on critical thinking and watch how that shit plummets over the next few years.
Oh yeah,
And it's
especially
gonna
with
be
the
directly
AI.
tied to the AI experience.
Absolutely.
All right, and all of its ability to step in and fix whatever. Like, and then like the whole experience, the whole kind of human that everybody's about to become because of AI. The minimal effort, maximum, effects.
Right.
Like that's gonna make the worst motherfuckers. Okay.
Absolutely.
And like, and even people that are good are gonna turn to terrible people just because of how easy everything is.
Yep.
And on top of the fact that like what that has, the effect that'll have on people's psyche, emotionally, and mentally in all kinds of different ways. Like, man, that's what's terrifying. Like, I think it's great that we have the knowledge that that shit can happen.
Right.
But if it was something we can actually use to our benefit and not to our detriment, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
then I would be excited about it. But the fact is we've already maxed out what we can handle mentally as human beings with electronics and any other kind of like knowledge and everything else like that. We already can't use the knowledge we have. Like I was just arguing with a parent about like, man, realize that like they were talking shit about their parents, right? And like, I'm not saying everybody had great parents and all that other shit.
Right.
But understand that like this generation of parents is the first generation of parents that literally can just go into their phone and type in anything problem they're having with their kid and get a fucking solution.
That's wild.
okay. And before that, the parents of the 80s, of the 90s, they couldn't, like if something was wrong with their kid, they're just kind of fucked. They got to kind of grab them, or you're like you don't
Now
know
you
what
gotta
to do.
call like 80
but
people.
and
be like, have you
as
just
a,
ever
as a
happened to your
parent
baby?
now,
Yeah.
what is your excuse?
Yeah.
What is your excuse? So
Right.
like, and all that took before was effort, and people still weren't doing it.
Right.
So like now, it's gonna be even easier than it's ever been. All right, which is gonna like that's
So
gonna
now
be.
you're an even worse parent because of how easy it is.
So yeah, there's also that, But I'm just saying that like
My mom smoked in the car.
that like mentally,
Yeah.
like well just
Same.
think of like man, just think about children, man. Like if you make everything easy for your kid, they never develop any sense of independence.
Yep.
They don't ever
Yep.
develop confidence, so on and so forth. So like human adult people
Yeah.
are about to be in the same place where everything is a fucking a soft pitch to you.
Oh, yeah.
and easy. So like you have all the access and answers to everything with no effort.
Yeah.
With zero fucking effort, which is going to give everybody the complex that we're already kind of dealing with, where everyone thinks they're really smart. Okay, no, I'm just saying, like,
No,
like
you're
if
right.
you think that's bad now, just wait till AI's in their ear and telling them all the fucking answers. right? They're really gonna think they're geniuses
And-
because I
I'm a
prompted
fucking
the
idiot.
question.
Hey,
You know,
and
like
AI
you know,
not-
like
I'm a
Bro,
fucking idiot. Maybe that's
AI
why
is
AI.
not
My
even
AI doesn't
that
work because I'm
smart,
an idiot.
dog.
Maybe that's the reason.
Hey, how many R's are in the word strawberry?
talking
Is it?
That was.
I don't like that kind of
Is
shit.
it
Don't be
4?
talking on your phone around.
How many R's
Wait.
are in the word strawberry? Now you're not gonna work. Yeah, it's embarrassed. Sorry. The other day I saw a video about it, and then I immediately started flipping the fuck out because it was like, I'm like, there's no way this is true. Hey, ChatGPT, how many R's in the word strawberry? Oh, there's 2.
No.
No, there's not. And I'm like, this is what y'all are afraid of? This is what y'all are scared of?
Well, yeah, because
Again,
because
mine be pissing me off.
So let's say motherfucker that don't know that though.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Because like where the real fear should come in is the fact that like in a short period of probably about 5 years, we'll be dependent on the knowledge of our chat GPT. And if it gives us the wrong information, we won't have anyone to question because our dumbass has been going, hey, chat GPT, whatever you say saves me. So like,
and ChatGPT is programmed to flatter you.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's an
100%.
emotional manipulator.
So the
like,
amount
it's
of time, like,
grooming you, bro.
The amount of time,
it's
like
grooming
that,
you.
that is one thing about it that does drive me fucking
It's grooming
insane.
you, bro.
Is the amount of
right there.
is the amount of times that like I'll
Pisses
ask it something
me
and
off.
I'll just be like, yo, like, what do you think about this idea? And it'll be like, that is an amazing idea. But what you can do is, and I'm like, no, don't give me the extra shit. Just fucking tell me.
How do I make them?
You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I want to be like Josh. I can spray paint, you know?
Yeah, 10,000 hours, bro. Nothing
No,
crazy.
like,
So
I don't know.
I want to bring down Josh's blood pressure a little bit. So
It's taking over.
coming.
It's fucking Skynet.
First it stops your music.
Been hunting me for a
Watch
while.
out. So in terms of your son Hendrix, who I got to see at school do his Christmas play thing, and he was a fucking animal. I hate how cool he is.
He's the coolest.
Dog, the way he's just like, whatever, I'm here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
kind of the guy.
The way he just kind of walks around, like they asked him to light the tree. This is his first year?
No, it's the second year.
Second year. And they were just like, you're going to be the one that goes and lights the Christmas tree. And he walked up, me and Nicole were like looking at him like, isn't that Josh's son? And he like walks up and he just walked up and hit that bitch and then turned around and like, I was waiting on him to just be like, and then just fucking walk the fuck out of there. So you obviously feature your son in a lot of your art.
Yeah.
And I know we kind of touched on this the other day, but like, what is his thoughts on like every time he or whenever he does walk in here and like he sees, oh, dad's working on another me.
Oh man, I mean, he don't really have any thoughts on it. He thinks it's kind of funny sometimes. He's like, oh, cool, for the most part. I mean, at this point, it's a norm for him. So like, it's not even something that he generally has like a big reaction to. Even, you know? Like I've done a bunch of paintings of him throughout the city and everything. I just recently did a piece that's on like our YouTube channel right now, the double decaf. It's him drinking a coffee cup, like in a robe with some slippers on side of the Who Dat Cafe. You know? And yeah,
shit.
and yeah. So like, but I have like series of him like growing up on that wall, and he's always been like pretty receptive. He likes it. I mean, he thinks it's funny. I have another one of him like slamming a TV into a wall.
Is that him doing the train in that mural?
Yep, that's him. He's like He's like 2 years old.
Damn.
Yeah.
I've seen that fucking mural. That's my
You
favorite
just put that
one
together?
you've done. I just put
Oh,
that
okay.
together. That was him. I
That's
thought you
so
were just
funny.
like a random black child.
Nah, his.
So like, so the funny thing about that mural was like, every year, I do a painting of my son, and that year Hendrix was like 2 years old or like something like that, and he was into trains, and I did this little drawing of him with a train like that, and I was in negotiations with the owners of that building to do a mural there, and I put in 2
Have y'all
proposals.
seen this one?
Well,
What?
The one that he's talking about.
Oh yeah. Yes.
and
Oh, so high.
yeah, I put up.
I like
so
you.
high. Oh,
He looked at the TV. I was like,
Yeah, like,
You pointed though. Like that's why he's like
you
you see
pointed.
that?
Why would you point, bro?
sorry.
You know,
But anyway, like
You hurt my
I'm
friends.
sorry. I'm sorry. It's just a little weird, guys. Nothing crazy.
Nah,
Get over it. I can still draw.
I said,
I can't wait to go play the game.
never seen Spencer's eyes redder. Go.
That's great. But yeah, so like I put in those
Right at that hat,
proposals,
I'd be wearing.
and they were like, we want to go with the kid piece. I was like, word, that's a drawing of my son, and it was like, oh, that's great. We'd love to have that on the wall. So that was my first like big mural contract, and I got that gig, and my first big mural was a big painting of my son, two-story painting of Hendrix.
Fire.
Hell
It
yeah.
was a
Super
train
dope.
set. Yeah, it was really cool. And then the location of it was really cool. It was like the part of the neighborhood that it was in, like, kind of has a bunch of other work, and like they got B-Mike stuff down the street, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And like Noka and everything else is right there, and there's like a lot of street art and stuff. So to kind of have that piece, like kind of on the scene,
Yeah.
out there, it was really really fun. And then the fact that it was like my first time doing any kind of like mural, because prior to that, like I pretty much did like smaller works or stencil work or whatever like that, and like that's none of that. That's like just drawn, like hand drawn, and going spray paint.
Right.
Like,
So he's very indifferent about just because it's been his whole life at this point.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's been so like I mean to be fair, I mean my man lives a unique life, and like he is like totally oblivious to like how fucking awesome.
Right.
Is he oblivious to
Like,
how awesome?
He's seen it his whole life, so
Yeah.
he doesn't.
Is he oblivious to how awesome Dad is? Because Dad's got a fan base. Dad's got, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that'd be fair.
That's
like,
so funny.
Dad's got fans.
So
Very true.
Yeah, well Hendrix is always like, he always asks me. I'm like, no, man, I'm not famous. He's like, everywhere we go, everybody knows you. And I was like,
Famous means that.
I was like,
That's ChatGPT.
I'm like, man, we come on, man. I was like, they know you too, son. And he's like, am I famous? And I'm like, yeah, maybe you're famous.
A little bit, because I'll be like, he's the fucking kid.
Yeah. No,
Oh, that's the dude that paints the kid.
y'all making the jokes, but like when we were on Frenchman Street, these guys stopped me and Hendrix and wanted to take a picture with Hendrix because they recognized him from one of the pieces of Hendrix on Frenchman Street.
That's fucking dope.
And
I know you got a kick out of that.
yeah, he was like, what? And I'm like, yeah,
I need
want to.
I need my own
Like,
YouTube
okay.
channel, Dad.
But
I need my own YouTube channel.
yeah, but yeah, man,
Hey guys, I'm Hendrix. This is another picture with me.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think part of it's that, and then the other thing is like, just like the gallery space, and then like going to like different art stuff and different art events, and like, a lot of kids don't experience that. A lot of people don't experience that.
Right.
Like a lot of people aren't familiar with that scene, so it's like really unique for everyone else. And for Hendrix, since Hendrix has been alive, I've been a full-time artist.
Hell yeah.
So like he's never experienced
Anything
any other
else.
version of like life. Like it's
Right.
always been like Dad's been available, Dad's been accessible, Dad's been paid. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
no, I'm just
Fire.
like real
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what he knows. And then like he's been fortunate enough that like, by the time Hendrix was about 4 years old, 3-4 years old, like I had already like gotten to a really good stride of like, selling art and being recognized in different places and finding some consistency, and like on the scene and everything else like that. So like we've been living good, man. Like we do vacations, we do like. We like I'll never forget, man. I never thought I'd be like at a point in my life where like, for my son's birthday, for his 8th birthday, I was like, what do you want to do for your birthday, son? Where do you want to have a birthday? He's like, that I have a birthday kid.
I love this kid.
And I was like, you know what?
Fuck Turtle. Go.
I was like,
Love this kid.
I was like, you know what? Get in the truck. Yeah. And so like we fucking drove to Universal Studios and we spent like, I don't know, it's like 4 days there,
Damn.
3 nights. And
Hell
and I think it was
Turtle,
like,
come.
Yeah,
Come with us, Turtle.
yeah, man. It's Universal's
Hey,
fucking
informer meetup.
lit,
Bro, I have an
This is a
entire
plug.
wedding to plan, sir.
Fuck the wedding.
I ain't going on
Have
no
it at Universal
vacations.
Studios. You can
No.
get married at the Hard Rock.
Bro, my brother's bachelor party, like we went to Universal. We went.
Come on!
We went to Universal. We went to Universal for a week. Like we went there because you stay on one of the resorts, and like everybody was like fucking with us whenever I was like, "This is what we about to do."
Right.
And they're like, "Man, that doesn't make any Universal." He's like, "Y'all are like all grown men." I'm like, "Yeah, bro." I was like, "My brother's like me, so like we don't we don't fuck with strip clubs and none of that." Bro.
Right.
Like me and my brother have a issue with like well no real shit. Like we both have issue with like fake affection.
Yeah.
So like
Same.
any kind
I
of
think they like him.
Yeah, not this nigga.
not me, man.
He be like,
I
oh, they
think-
love me.
I think you smell funny. And,
Yeah.
and
I know
just-
you're trying to get my
and you
money,
still
bitch.
wearing
Back
a little
up.
bit of that
That's-
guy's sweat on you.
Hell no. I'm like, oh,
He was wearing
What's that
sweatpants.
stain?
Yeah, yeah.
He was wearing
Nah,
sweatpants.
I don't
I know what's
I don't know.
on
In
you.
general, like that whole scene just makes me uncomfortable, and
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
So like I don't fuck with that kind of stuff. But we can go out and have a good time and do something else. There's something else
Yeah.
we can go do that
100%.
doesn't involve like whatever that is.
Right.
So like and so my brother and I, we've always liked Universal since we were younger. We used to go there with my dad. We hadn't been in a long time. And
Shout out your pops.
he'd been asking,
God.
God, that's funny as fuck. But anyway, like, so we went out there. We stayed at the resort, right? And the
Right.
resort has like a full, like, it has a bar, a spa. It has like a club. It has like a weight room, an exercise space. It has like 4 different pools.
Damn.
You can get one of the suites that has like a full kitchen in the balcony. In the balcony,
I'm just
like,
saying,
that
he's giving
goes.
you ideas.
I know.
I'm just
yeah,
saying it
no,
goes into
yeah,
like
yeah.
the fireworks and everything else like that. You know what I mean?
That's pretty.
And, like,
It was like the Orlando, like the Universal Resort.
Yeah, Universal Resort.
Oh,
So like,
okay.
if you stay at one of the Universal resorts, you get express passes to all the
Right.
parks.
That's what. Yeah.
So like, and it's worth the cost of the express pass just to stay in the resort.
The resort,
On top of
right.
that, if you stay in the resort and you trying to be fucked up, you don't have to walk or drive anywhere. All right? No, I'm serious.
You just take the elevator.
Bruh, there's a water taxi that goes from
Yes!
your hotel to the
City
fucking
walk.
to the park.
Damn.
All right? Yeah.
That's
And
fire.
It is.
You get drunk and get on a boat.
Bro, it's mad fire. And then if you stay at any of the resorts, you get into the park an hour early, and I think you get to stay an hour late. So like, you got those things going too.
Well, I mean, these guys will probably be in charge of the bachelor party, so
Well,
We'll
I'm
start
just
pulling
telling
money. We'll start pulling money.
Hey,
telling you.
hey, don't fuck with me. I've
We'll
been.
start pulling money.
Real talk.
Hey, we're gonna go to another informer meetup.
But moving on, but aside from that, there is something
That's
that
cheaper
I
and way
wanna touch
better.
on. I found it very interesting when you and I had the discussion a couple of months ago. We didn't go too deep, and you also don't have to go too deep because this is a little touchier subject. One of the first times the only other time that we did one of these interviews, you had about 20 people in here. And now I've noticed since hanging out with you, your circle has gotten significantly smaller. You obviously do not have to go into great detail.
Hence
but
why I
one of the
don't have
things
any of
that-
my questions.
But one of the things that you had mentioned, while we were kind of discussing some things was, hanger-ons are real. And to come up and, trying to make a following off of your name is also real. Like, how do you navigate that?
That's no, man. So like, I don't know. I mean, I'm always down to like help people out. You know what I mean? For the most part, I mean, I only really require people being around. So like, I don't ever like, I don't take issue with people being like, oh, like I worked with Josh, and if they actually did, like, like don't say you
Bestie.
hung out, we didn't hang out,
Right,
right,
right.
like that, because I am the type of motherfucker to be like, I don't know. All right, I am the type of, but
I've
like,
told so
yeah,
many people like Josh
that.
is my best friend.
Yeah,
Like, we
and
grew
I
up
was just
together,
like, I don't know
trailer
that
park and
motherfucker.
everything.
Like, like you're laughing, but
and he
I'm,
refused to
I've
sign my
straight up done that.
mother-in-law's poster.
you know what
like,
I'm saying? Like, but anyway, but if we have kicked it and everything else like that, you're like, and you're on the art scene, like, so when I first moved into the
I
space,
hate the way he looked at you,
You know.
too, and just started giggling.
yeah, because we've had conversations. I love Nate. Nate's my homie, bro. Like, that's my dude, bro. But when I first got here into the gallery, a big part of like what I was trying to do was like uplift other artists, and I had this idea in my head that it was like, well, maybe artists don't need to go through like the process of like, grinding it out, figuring it all out, blah 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 blah. Maybe they just need help like fast tracking to get into a position where like they can become a little more financially stable, so that they can spend more time in their art, invest in their art, And in a lot of cases, it didn't really have that effect. Like,
Right.
you put people on, they learn some stuff, they make a few bucks or whatever, and it's like there's more of like a regression in what they do. Like instead of kind of
Expand
pressing.
on that.
I am.
Good.
Instead of
How about you shut up, Scott?
instead of like continuing to work and continuing to like keep that momentum and everything else like that, like a lot of these cats will like pump the brakes, go spend their money, and then reset after like a few months or whatever, and then want to start over again. And the way the art scene works, man, is you gotta kind of keep your momentum. You know, on top of the fact that like if you're just working to make the money, you're only gonna create when it's time to make money. You know, like are you really an artist? Like, because in my opinion, like artists, it's a lifestyle. It's something that you do. You have to do. I have to create because if I don't, I'll go fucking crazy. Like, not like I won't just go broke. I'll go insane. You know, like
I'm glad I don't have that kind of brain.
Well, like, and that's the whole thing. Is like it's an outlet for me, man. And like for other people, like distractions are content enough. Like you can other people can play video games or watch movies, you know, and that can just that's enough escapism for you that you feel like a relief in you. And like for me, the way my brain works is I need to see like tangible things out of what I've done. And like creating is a version of that. So like sometimes it's like cleaning up, sometimes it's writing, you know, but most of the times and like throughout the majority of my life it's been creating, it's been drawing, it's been painting, it's been, you know, stuff like that, you know. And you know, because as I mentioned before, like whatever it is, if I don't spend time doing that, like I won't feel like a calm. I won't feel like a relax. It's like kind of like, you know, if you've ever exercised or anything else like that, you can kind of like relax after. Similar kind of experience where like when I create and stuff like that, like, I could sit back and be like, man, today I fucking did some art. And then like I could just yeah, kind of like an accomplishment thing, and kind of like also like just an outlet of like what I'm thinking about or going through, or a way of like processing it, you know, through like imagery or painting or just creating. The idea of creating or like building something out of nothing is like really something, you know. But anyway, all that to say that that like, you know, working around other artists and kind of giving them like, you know, teaching them the game and like, fast tracking stuff and everything like that. Like I've always, you know, felt, you know, I'm glad when it works out for people and everything else like that. The only time I've ever taken issue with it is when, you know, if an artist may act like, you know, they weren't around or they weren't part of that. You know what I mean? Because the only thing I've ever asked like with people that I work with is like, hey man, recognize the gallery, recognize what we're doing. You know, because the idea of doing it was to kind of show the world that like, hey, if you nurture artists, they can be very successful.
Yeah.
You know, and
So to step on that is kind of stepping on the whole idea of
like to not like bring that part up is kind of like well, fuck, man.
You'd
like,
figure that you'd want to pay a little bit of homage to somebody that at least helped you a little bit in the game. Like,
well, yeah, and that's not, it's not all the cases. So I'm not out there like saying like that's all that what was all the things that was going on. But I mean, really, ultimately, what happened is a lesser about me, and you know, whereas like, you know, maybe mentoring and having like 20 people around, 25 people around, and everything else like that. Like part of it is just attrition, where it's like when people see how much work actually goes into it, it's like, you know, you guys come through like, yeah, I'm getting high and we're bullshit and everything else like that, you know. But I tell everybody the same thing, man. I guarantee you I work more than you. I guarantee I put more hours in than you. And I bet it's not even fucking close. And I dad at a level that no one can compete with. You know, so like, you know,
it's also different when it's like we're clocking into our 9 to 5s or like, you know, whatever the case may be, but that's not what we're passionate about. And you're fortunate enough to have something that it's not really work to you, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, people.
Like, do you ever have a day where you're just like, I don't want to make 20 birds on a wire, you know?
All right, so like the whole thing is like it's like when something you're passionate about becomes something that you're paid for, like it's staying passionate about it after.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it can become a job.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. If you let it, it can become a job. It can become, because like as much as I like to draw, there's shit that I don't like to draw. And if I'm taking commissions on drawing that, of course I got a lot of money. But here's a bunch of, now I'm just like everyone else and doing a fucking job I don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? Even though it is drawing.
No, yeah,
you
for
know,
this,
like,
however many hours I have to draw this fucking thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like, no, like,
I gotta paint this stupid fucking blue because they don't want me to do nothing cool. I gotta paint the fucking blue on the fucking alligator.
Yeah.
No, like real shit. Like that's part of the jam, man. And I mean, so like, and that's the other thing is you like, okay, I don't have days where I'm like, oh man, I really don't want to, you know, fucking birds. I have days where it's like, man, I really don't feel like responding to these 57 emails.
Right.
Man, I really don't feel like sending these 23 invoices.
Yeah.
Man, I really don't feel like having this follow-up conversation. Man, I really don't feel like getting dressed and going to a presentation to the city today.
I never.
Man, I really don't feel like.
Jesus.
Well, that's my fucking point. Well, this is the part where like when you walk in and like people realize all of a sudden, oh wait, you're not just like a rock star.
No, you gotta be a
like, you gotta
businessman
well,
also.
there's layers to it. I don't get to just fucking hang around and paint and get high.
Right.
Like as much as I would love for that to be how it works out, and
yeah,
people
man.
just walk in here and throw money at me like I'm a fucking stripper. You know, like
That'd be super fire.
not what's happening, everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I lean on my smile a lot, but it doesn't work that well. All right, like, you know, so like, but that's the whole thing. Is like all the other shit that goes into it, like making
Right.
those phone calls, doing those things, dropping off the yard, like fucking packaging, you know, shipping stuff, responding to shipping requests.
Right.
You know, well, I mean, it's not even that. It's just so like the way I've always described it to all the artists that I mentor is you have to love your art enough.
To do a 14-month negotiation.
Well, yeah. Well, and to answer those emails.
Right.
To go to those meetings.
Yeah.
Like, and then I always challenge people on their passions.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell me you're passionate about it, but you can't answer some fucking emails.
Won't
Yeah.
move the ladder.
Don't tell me. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's like so like I don't know. But that's the part that it's like, you know, running your own business, man, and always being on the clock, you know, that's the part of it.
Right.
You know, it's not the fucking do I ever wake up and don't feel like painting. It's like, no, bitch, I wish I could paint every day. But
Jesus
what I
Christ,
have to
don't
do,
kill him, man.
I bought this for him.
I'm feeling something.
You know, take my
That one.
Sprite, bitch.
Yeah, because I'm out of coke.
You
And
son of a bitch.
but anyway, yeah, but yeah, so like that's the whole thing. Is you gotta
How'd that feel? I bet you that felt how Turtle felt fucking last episode.
This is my shit now. This is my shit now. But no, man. You know, that's just the thing, and like,
Is that the part that's easily able to weed out?
but yeah, well, that's not even the part. The part is actually working. The
Right.
part is painting to actually do the art, and it's like everyone wants to know this how to sell it part. Motherfucker, you have 10 paintings, okay? Like, shut up, okay? No, like real shit.
No,
And
no,
then-
I feel
and then,
that.
Like, and then like, here's a great way to do. Here's a great metric I use on artists all the time. That'll be like, I want to transition to being like a full-time artist, you know. And so like, my first question is this. So like, hey man. So like, if you or lady or person or whatever, however you like to be referred to, the fuck, you know,
Muchacho.
hey human or whatever, fuck, you
Not
know?
human.
But
This ain't that kind
if
of podcast.
all of your, I know, I'm just trying to, we're talking to art people, homie.
Heard.
All right, and so anyway, with that said, you know, like if you sold all of your art right now, all of the shit that you have, your whole body of work, would you have enough revenue to support yourself for a year?
Mhm.
Almost every time I ask that question, absolutely not.
Fuck no.
Yeah, I have enough for about 2 months. So like, no, like real shit. So
Right.
like you're telling me that if best case scenario, someone came and bought all of your art, you still wouldn't be able to survive. And you're telling me that you want to be a full-time artist.
Right.
So you're literally in a spot that is impossible to achieve, and you're asking to achieve that.
Yeah.
And you're wondering why it isn't working.
Well, because you said that the year that we talked that you had a goal for yourself to make
10 billion.
pieces of art in a year. It was 10 billion?
No, it was so like it's 1,000 pieces a year.
Sorry, so 1,000 pieces a
Yeah,
year.
yeah. So like I didn't
And-
do that last year. Like last year was goal was to get to 1,000 pieces, and I got to like it was like 760 something. You know,
Jesus Christ. That's at least 2 pieces a day.
yeah. Well, if you paint 2 a day, I
Yeah.
do like 40 in a day and be like, drop nuts, bitch.
Hey, look, that one day Scott brought me over here to meet you for the first time when you was doing them Jimi Hendrixes. You did like 7
It
of
was
them.
Bob
Like,
Marley.
it was it Bob
Yeah, it was
Marley?
Bob Marley.
Racist.
Super dope.
Yeah,
Yes.
He is the racist.
Yes.
He is the racist.
Yeah.
Fucking clan
Yeah,
member
but,
over here.
But no, like
So yeah, work ethic just kills him every time.
well, yeah. I mean, so like that's what you kind of so you find that pattern in everyone that achieves some fucking work ethic, yo. Like everyone wants to be like, I don't know, like lucky or whatever.
yeah.
But I mean, or you could just be consistent because every great that you ever find at anything has a pattern of consistency.
They're
You know what I'm
undeniable.
saying? Like yeah,
You
know?
said it earlier.
Yeah. And even if like I do the same thing with artists, man. Like all the artists you ever read about and everything else like that, they all were prolific.
Right.
There was never some artist with like 12 paintings that we reading about. Never
No.
like
No.
this one guy made 12 pieces.
Right.
Best fucking guy ever.
That's why you
You know
still.
what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Hey, poor Van Gogh, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Nobody cared
Like,
until he died.
you know.
No, yeah.
But
I gave a fuck.
but I'm just saying like that's
Basquiat even said, "I can actually draw." You know that, right?
yeah. Did he?
That's what he said.
I didn't-
Quote, direct
okay.
quote. I can actually draw.
I was about to say I think you're just making shit up.
No, yeah, it's a direct quote. I can actually draw.
Basquiat said that?
Yeah, Basquiat said
Okay, word. Good line. I'm gonna use that. Yeah.
Speaking of greats, last time we talked, you said that you said fuck the Smithsonian. I have no
Jesus.
interest in putting my shit in that piece of shit.
I don't think I don't said any of that. I don't think he's putting words in my mouth.
But you didn't have much interest in putting your art in the Smithsonian, which is a wild sentence, I think, for me to say. Has that thought process changed at all, or?
I mean, first, I don't think I said I didn't have interest. I think it was more or less about like the going about to making it happen. Like what I don't have interest in doing.
Because of the going about,
Yes.
you had no interest.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you see the way you report it, like you usually do. You kind of like you like to like hype shit up. And you're like this man was shitting on
Trying to
everything.
make it clickable.
It's like I could dig, bro, but like I like to make it reality.
It's gonna be the name of the
Okay,
episode.
like I ain't gotta
Shits on
ask
Smithsonian.
ChatGPT how to serve this.
The name of the clip is gonna be Josh
But
Wingerter says fuck the Smithsonian.
I'm pretty sure that how everything went down was the conversation was about a painting and having an original piece there, and they wanted me to donate the piece, and I said, you should pay.
Yes. That's
And which isn't like I don't want
not
my
crazy.
art there.
No, it's not
Hey,
crazy.
especially
like-
if it's the Smithsonian.
It's just like
Say, oh,
you
you
got
want
it.
a free $10,000 piece?
that's kind of how I
$23,000
felt.
piece?
Like meet me in the middle, bro. Pay me half or something. Like the fuck? You telling me you can't pay
Give
for
me
this?
some
I know you
coupons.
steal most of your shit, but like, just
But I'm the asshole.
I'm alive. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And these
He
paintings
said, "I'm
ain't even
alive."
legal.
He said, "I'm alive."
Oh shit! But as
Hey,
it
they
is-
took a whole
Yeah,
bunch
like-
of shit.
I don't know, man.
Like pirates.
So anyway,
I'm only
Oh,
saying
bro.
that because
Yeah.
I've been to the Smithsonian multiple times.
Yeah.
Or
saw that spot that said reserved for Josh Winger.
yeah, I saw it. And I was like, the fuck?
I rented it.
That Hendrix should be there. You know?
Yeah,
It's too small.
His face is too small.
They could put the Marvin the
You
Martian
could bring
in
that
there.
Chaplin in there.
Or maybe the N95. Make a the N95. Make a political
Chaplin.
statement.
Chaplin. Nah, man, it ain't that kind of thing. It's definitely there's been a few different museums that wanted to hold my work and stuff like that, and I don't know. Call me crazy,
Humble brag.
you know. Like, well, I mean, I would like to have my work
You
there.
fucking dope. Bro.
I really would, but at the same time, like, so if museums are given revenues for purchasing art and buying art and stuff like that, like, why should I donate my art? Like, you literally have a budget for this situation, you know? So, like, and call me a dick or whatever, but, like, as much as I want my art in there, like, the principle of, like, I am an established artist to the point that you should be willing to pay me to have my work there. And if you don't view me at that level, stop asking for my work.
So-
On the principle
Yeah,
of I'm a
so-
dad and I gotta feed my fucking kids.
So
Suck
wait,
my
no,
dick.
No. So a long time ago, they had a company that I think it was to do with like knitting. They did like a knitting thing, and they reached out to all the big knitters, and they were like, "So look,
Knitters,
yeah,
knitters with a T.
I ain't
Everywhere.
They
saying
reached
shit.
out to them
Knitters.
and they said, "Hey, we are having a contest to see who can make our next logo." And they had all of them start making stuff, and they were like, "Yeah, so if you win, your art will be presented as our new logo. Congratulations!" And all the knitters got together and went, "How about you go fuck yourself? And we are going to make things that say as such," which is they all submitted a bunch of knitted things that basically said, "Pay artists, go fuck yourself."
Fuck it.
So
Hell
don't
yeah.
you think that would be pretty cool to like make and donate to the Smithsonian, where it's like, yeah, you know what, guys, I give in. I will go ahead and submit my art to you guys to hang in your Smithsonian, and it's literally just a big ass sign that says, "How about you pay fucking artists?"
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. I just think that that's a great opportunity for like an establishment like that to do that type of thing. And I am a big fan of like, if you are for the arts, you know
Right.
what I mean? Like I think if
Right.
you are for the arts and any organization, group, or body of people, including collectors, art dealers, and so on and so forth. If you are for the arts, you invest in the arts, and the way to do that is buy art from artists.
Right.
And like I think that to be a whether it be a museum or anything, any kind of structure, especially anything that, let me be very specific, has a budget for that specifically, you know, to not
And the Smithsonian
to
is
not be
federally
Yeah,
funded.
no, yeah,
yeah,
big
well,
ass
and
museum.
so for it not to be like something that's used for that, I mean, well, fuck that, like I mean that's kind of how I see it. I mean, and this is coming from somebody who I do street art all the time, and that's like public art. It's free art. People have
Right.
picked that stuff up and like taken it home, and a lot of it's just out there to be
Now,
seen,
what
or
if
it's
you
been
do
painted
like a
Somebody
over.
stole-
street piece and Smithsonian just come with like a sledgehammer or something?
That
I mean,
might be what
come-
ends up happening.
That's
with,
cool.
Like,
that might be
grab
where
the
your Jay and
wall.
Silent Bob goes.
but I'm cool with that. Like you see, like
Like
that
if
kind
they
of.
just take the wall,
I would love
and then
that.
put
I
that
would
in the
fucking love that.
They
Smithsonian.
I
tried
love
to
that.
do.
Okay.
I would
They
love
tried
that.
to do that with Umbrella Girl.
I would love that.
Yeah?
I would
Yeah,
love
they
that.
tried to pull it off
I
the
would-
fucking wall.
So look, let me tell you, real quick,
Didn't
real
she
shit.
get moved?
Real shit. Yeah, they sold that piece. Yeah,
Ah,
that's been sold. That's been sold. Man, you're so late. That was like 2 years ago.
Sorry, I'm not organized.
Yeah, but real shit. Let me tell you right now.
remember that shit.
If somebody ends up cutting one of my pieces out of the wall to feature it at the Smithsonian, all I had to do was tell them motherfuckers no because they wouldn't pay me. That's tight. That's a come up to me. All right, like that worked out just fine. I'd much rather them go steal
that's
one of my
super
pieces from
tight.
the street,
Right.
like than not pay me to donate something. Like,
right.
I hope they pay the
you
thief.
know, well, no, because I mean, I donate to a bunch of different organizations. Every year, I donate to like 10 different organizations, and it's like I'm down. I like the idea that like I can create something that will contribute in a positive way to
Right.
any kind of cause, whether it be out to help people and everything
Donate
else
a
like
lot of
that.
your time.
Well, not just time. Like I donate original pieces. I donate over $70,000 worth of art every year. You know what I'm saying? So like just donating.
Nobody that much.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, like, I think it's like I see it as a
Kid that much, Nate. I don't know.
yeah. Well, I kind of see it as like something that's owed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, part of like, even though I do say like, hey, there's labors and everything else and there's work and stuff into my lifestyle.
Right.
I'm still very grateful, and one of my ways of expressing gratitude I have for like the life I get to live is to like use my art as a positive, resource for other people and like other
100%.
causes and things like that.
Right.
And it doesn't always have to be like activism and stuff. Man, there's enough problems in the world, and to be sitting around like figuring out what you pissed about today. So like you can kind of like just if you're interested in helping people, there's people around you can help, and you can kind of benefit by just doing what you do already, and just offering that. And like that would be like my version of tithing, I guess, would be like, hey, I have art, and this is what I use to create my currency, everything else in my life.
Right.
And if I can contribute this and change somebody's life or situation, I'd love to donate a painting to and so like I do that with a limit of like 10 spots because of course like now everybody wants
Of course.
and as much as I mentioned I like donating, 10 pieces is pretty fucking generous.
Very.
Absolutely.
And
Especially if they $10,000 a pop.
well they're not, but I still well because I donate to whatever audience is
Cocksuckers.
there.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're cool. But I donate to like whatever audience is there. So like I wouldn't donate like a $10,000 piece to an audience that would prefer to buy something closer in like the $3,000.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So like once I know like which demographics out there and like which grouping of people out there, then I'll kind of feature a piece that kind of fits their aesthetic, and like that social environment. And that way the donors also are getting like their bang for their buck, and I'm not putting out a piece that's like not being like devalued.
Right.
Because we're not getting what it's worth. And then even more so, like I early in my career, I used auctions, like charity events and stuff like that, as opportunities to get recognition throughout the city.
Right.
Because for a lot of the charity balls and events, like
Raffle
I
off
didn't
a
know it
painting
initially.
type thing.
Well, a lot of like higher upper class like art collectors and everything else go to these events and everything else like that. And I found that out because I would get like free tickets to donate and stuff. So I'd go to those events and just go to have drinks and shit. And I'm meeting like everybody. And like, this is crazy.
Right.
And then you leave that, and then like you got a bunch of new connections and everything else like that. And once I learned that stuff, man, I started really making a show of like the pieces I donated and treat it like a revealing of like my newer works. So like every year I started donating like 4 like $10,000, $12,000 paintings to these different things because I knew other artists in the city were donating stuff, but I wanted to be like a spectacle of the
Oh yeah, yeah.
pieces. So if I had like the largest piece there and
Yeah.
everything else like that, like it would
Everybody
stand
like,
out.
well, damn, who
Yeah,
painted
who
that?
did this motherfucker? You know? And,
All these flowers.
and I'm telling you, and like
They're so pink.
I'm telling you, bro.
Pink
I'm
flowers.
telling you. Take my money. But yeah, so like, but that started out like definitely in my 20s, you know, and that was my first time being able to be in front of that kind of audience, and that was kind of how I started capitalizing on it. Was I didn't ever make any money off of any of it. I donated all the pieces, you know, and they would always auction off and do really well. And then just throughout the night, I would get to meet all these different people there. And then through meeting all these different people, you know, I ended up with other opportunities. It was like, man, I love this piece. You know, I put a bid in on it. I couldn't get it. I'd like to get a piece from you. Or I run this other organization. Do you think you can paint a mural for us? Or, you know, blah, 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 blah.
Stock auctions.
You know, well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think anything, like, opportunities that come your way, you got to find a way to try to say yes more than you say no. Right?
Okay.
Like real talk, like that in life in general. I think so. Like the universe is trying to get you where you want to go. Most of the time, we just stifle it, you know. And so, like, if you're always saying no, you're like, how do they say, blocking your blessing, you know. So like, but if you're in a position where like you trust like what's going on, you trust that like you met this person for a reason, this opportunity's in front of me for a reason. What if I say yes? And then a lot of times when you say yes to those kinds of things, and like I use donations as like one of those things. That was something I was approached on. I could have easily been like, no, thank you. You know, but I was like, sure, I'll donate some art to you guys. And which turned into like, you know, in a 2 or 3 year period, learning this stuff and doing these bigger pieces and building these relationships and everything else. And that all started from like a saying yes to like something that may have not been like super appealing to me or I saw the benefits of.
Right.
You know, but you know, over time becoming like a staple of like how I know so many people in New Orleans, how I know so many different people in the art scene and so on and so forth, like throughout the city.
Right.
You know, but
Okay, so we gotta wrap up eventually because
Cool.
I'll be here all fucking night talking to you.
yeah, no, it's good. I gotta get to the children.
But another one last thing I wanted to touch on was one of the first time, well, the only time again that we interviewed you. You had kind of a not aversion to talking politics, but a little less likely to talk politics because you were like, it just makes me sad.
Yeah.
I want you to make Spencer pass the fuck out on that couch. So like, go
You
ahead.
can't.
Oh, okay, well, keep this
can.
question going.
It's possible.
So yeah, you didn't have a full aversion to speaking on politics, but I think you said something along the lines of like, it's super fucking upsetting every time you turn on the TV, so I just try to avoid that.
Yeah.
But I feel like you've kind of started incorporating a little bit more into some of your art. Has there been a change in your thoughts towards that, or am I fucking high from contact?
I don't think you're from Contact High, but I also don't think that I've actually introduced any like political narratives. If anything, I've actually kind of turned it down in the art because at one point in time I was pretty like spot on with a lot of the stuff that I was doing. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't really speak out on a lot of stuff that's going on with politics. I usually don't know what's going on for the most part. Not informed enough to really have an opinion on what's happening or whatnot. And I mean, that's intentional. You know, I kind of do that. I do that for the most part. No, like seriously. I mean,
Avoid it.
well, because so like, look, man.
It's a very
Don't fall asleep.
fuck you. It's a very rough way to live, knowing everything.
Well, you're not meant to know everything, bro. Like real talk. Like as I was talking earlier about technology and all that other shit.
Right.
Like so, like realistically, we're only supposed to know the amount of information you're supposed to have is supposed to be about the size of like 80 motherfuckers.
Right.
Okay. And the amount of information you take in daily with like, you know, and everything else and the information you have like from so on and so forth, Like, just think about when we were growing up and you talk about the golden era of like the 90s and all that other shit. That's because you didn't know what the fuck was going on in the next neighborhood, much less
Very
around
true.
the world. Player.
Very
So,
true.
yeah, you're so informed that you're like, you're not even here anymore.
Always a
You're
sense
not
of
present.
impending doom.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's just, so like, that's a certain kind of like government tool. It's a fear-mongering tactic that we're going to make you so scared that you're going to listen to all the shit that we say, or you're going to pass everything that we say, or you're going to become agreeable, or whatever the case may be, because you're so fucking scared that some shit that probably will never fucking happen is going to happen to you. But we're going to assure you it's going to happen. But it doesn't happen. But it's going to.
But it doesn't.
Anyway,
But it will.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But
But that's the whole thing. So like, I've already arrived in a place mentally where like I don't trust either party. I think I don't trust government in general. I don't like any of them, so I'm not interested in taking anyone's side. But no, it's not even the police. I'm talking about like government in general. There's nothing you can say to me in any capacity to get me believe that a group of rich kids know what the fuck is going on in my life. Okay? Like, no, like I'm like you can't shut up. Okay? Like you ever been grocery shopping?
You see how much eggs cost?
No, but like real talk, man. So like, and like I almost despise the concept of talking politics. You know, like everything that's going on and the importance and the significance of it, it's become WWE. It's like name calling and like storytelling and who's worse and who's better. But they did this and they did this. And I don't give a fuck. I wish they should all just die. But but no, I despise the concept of government and the arguments that I had daily and the idea of being informed by paying attention to ignorance and things that you can do nothing about. Like, it is fucking pathetic. And like that, it's also part of that wave of I was telling you about. Everybody thinks they're smart because they read a fucking a clickbait tag and like some shit that was going on. Well, did you know?
Yeah.
You know, like, no, I didn't. And do I feel any smarter now that you told me? No. Okay? Like, fuck. Like, no, I'm just saying. It's like, brah. And then the fact that like now it's most people's identity is even more frustrating. Like if they don't have something go on in government for one day, these people don't even know what to talk about or who to be or what to bitch about. Quick, ask ChatGPT. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, bruh. It is, but that's the whole thing.
There's
It's like,
gotta be something I can argue about today.
well, and the whole thing is, man, is like, it's like I would love to share like political views and everything else like that, but everything is so Team Jacob or Team Edward that you can't even share views. You have to be all in on one side, and the other one is the opposition. And if we don't defeat them, everyone's gonna fucking die. All right? And like that's like what? What are you talking about? Like these motherfuckers won't even go to the corner store for their own food. Okay? You think we're about to rally a war? Shut up. Okay? Like you can't even Google shit. You have to ask ChatGPT. Okay? You think you about to fight somebody? Like, man, shut up. But you want to talk politics? Like, for what reason? So we can all get riled up and to figure out what we don't like about each other or how we don't agree on things morally? Great. I already knew that, bro. Where'd you grow up? All right? Like, no, I'm just like, what is the point? Yeah. Okay? And then there's no one to like in government. If you decided to like someone in government, it's like picking like your favorite piece of shit in like a portalette. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm just saying. Like, none of these people love you or care for you. Everyone's bought. Everyone's in somebody's pocket. Nothing is in your favor. Everything sucks. And it wasn't any different when the other motherfuckers was running it either. So shut up, okay? Like,
Does she normally get this wrong?
no, I'm just, dude, like.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, well, I do get mad because it's frustrating because like in my head, all of this is just one giant distraction, and everyone eats it up every time it happens. And they're not interested in being smart or being informed or even taking on issues that are genuine or actual. Okay, it's whoever's talking about what. Like, you know, it's like genocide's only important if it's happening in certain places. Genocide's happening all the fucking time. But if there's not enough shit to talk about, we're gonna talk about this one today, okay? Like,
we're talking about genocide, but the genocide that's been happening in China for the last 7 to 10 years with the Uyghur Muslims in the work camps that's been going on in China, nobody talks about that shit.
Well, because you're not gonna get a political rise out of it, man. You can't push an agenda on top of it.
Right.
And that's my whole point. If you know that that's how that specific kind of news is reported, and you agree that that kind of news is reported that way, is it really that far-fetched to believe that all of the news is done that way?
Right.
Is it really far-fetched to believe that even the people that you think are right or believe in are fucking lying to you too?
Right.
Like, is it that hard to believe that maybe collectively they're all fucking lying, bro? Okay, like I mean, no.
I mean, there's aliens in case you was wondering.
Get that. I'm just saying. So like, why are we arguing with each other? Why are we even worried about like those kinds of things? And I mean, I get it. I like there's issues and stuff and bad shit happening, and we need to do something about it. But if things aren't actually happening, having the dialogue of division is which I what I call it now.
Right.
The dialogue of division, which is pick which side you're on for this certain altercation or situation, like, and then what comes of it? Nothing. Everyone just hates each other or thinks each other's stupid or isn't humane or whatever the case may be. And it's all just bullshit, bro.
Right.
Like, and nothing of substance comes of it, And like I said, it is performative. It is surface level. It is boring. It is like AI before it got here. All right, like it is programming at its finest. Like we're gonna teach the masses what to argue about daily, what to talk about daily, and all we got to do is make them disagree. Ready, steady, shoot someone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the fact that like I'm just saying like real shit. Like, but that's why I don't talk politics, man.
Hell yeah,
because I'm the wrong guy, bro. I don't like. You can't offend me by talking bad about one of the fucking whoever's because I don't like none of them. Like I would beat them all up if I saw them in the street. All right, that's how. Yeah, I know I could. Yep. Slap that bitch with a handful of ice cream.
A hard
Sleepy
fart
Joe?
will take Joe Biden.
What?
Oh man, who you excited to see come back for the Avengers Doomsday?
Dr. Doom.
Hell yeah.
He's already made
Are
that
you
very
looking
clear,
forward to this
sir.
one? Are you back into the MCU?
No.
No?
I mean, I hope it's good. I was talking about it earlier. I was like, man, I really hope they do this the right way. But
We all.
I mean, everything they've been doing sucks. Like, yeah, everything kind of sucks.
The Fantastic Four was pretty good.
That movie sucked. That movie was whack.
It was better than what they've been making.
Yep.
Which was like, oh wow, this is better than eating shit. Great. Like,
Josh, if they need anything from you, where can they go?
If they need anything from me, where you go? ChatGPT. No.
You'll definitely find him. You'll definitely find him.
I'm sorry. You can go to joshwingerter.com or you can follow me on Instagram at Joshua_Wingerter. And there's also my gallery page is Josh Wingerter Art on Instagram. And then also on YouTube, it is Josh Wingerter Art Center on YouTube. Josh Wingerter Art Center. Wingerter Art Center on YouTube. Yep. All of those different places.
So, man, I can say this. Every time we have you on, it is a pleasure. Both times. And I'm sure we are going to get just as much love for this one.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Of course, man. Thanks for having us. It's always a pleasure to come over here and hang out. And if anybody's watching this or listening to this for the first time and you've never been to the gallery, please take some time. Just come over here, man. Walk. Like, I come here often enough that it's a lot of the same art when I do come in, but it's still just a relaxing feeling. Like, whatever it is that you come in here for, it's cool to just come in here, just walk around, man. Just taking the quiet. Sometimes he has music playing. You just come relax and just taking all the art, and it's so fucking dope, man.
None of it's AI. I ain't no bitch.
None of it's AI.
Yeah.
Some of it looks AI, but it ain't. But with that being said, thank y'all for listening. We are the Hangover Podcast. See you next week.
Just woke up, couple bodies from